Good evening and welcome one and all down to the Perth Hockey Stadium for once again some Premier Division 1 hockey. I'm joined here tonight by a very special guest, Tim Gears, our State 21's coach. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nick. Feeling really good and really intrigued by the contest coming up here. Two really fantastic hockey teams to light up Friday night, so we're in for a great contest.
Absolutely. The two teams in front of us now, Victoria Park and UWA, both sitting around in that middle spot of the ladder. Finals definitely on the board for both teams. It's going to be a real challenge, though, for this UWA hockey side to get on top. Historically, they don't win all these ones. It seems to be a bit of a bunny game for them when they are about a 50-50 team on win-loss ratio.
Yeah, and they're a bit like that. Some weeks they can be really hot, UWA, and other weeks they can be a little bit weaker. But a lot of that has to do with the players available, and they're facing a really formidable Vic Park team at the moment. So it's going to be a fantastic contest, like I said. And Friday night hockey, it'll be whoever's up for the contest, I think.
We saw last week UWA beating Whitford 7 points to 3. A good confidence booster against that Cellar-Derling Whitford side, unfortunately, this year. And then also moving across throughout the rest of the results, Victoria Park beating Curtin 4-2. A very solid win by them. We saw them just pick apart that defence where they've held so good all year. Eventually, just those Panthers getting through and able to score late.
Yeah, and those games against the bottom sort of sides can be difficult sometimes when you're a team up the top of the ladder. It can be quite hard sometimes to break them down, and typically it can take a while to kind of find a breakthrough. So both teams are coming here high on confidence, and I expect this to be a game of really high quality from the start. Typically against the top sides, you tend to go to another level.
On the ladder, you just see them there, sitting in 4th and 5th, a real hot contest for both these sides tonight. The real killer here is UWA's defense, 7 points to minus on the goal difference. That's where they're going to have to hold strong. They've got two really keen goal scorers within them, which we'll talk about through the team list in a moment's time, but it's all about holding out that that Victoria Park offense.
Yeah, and absolutely, and as you can see there with the standings, there's only about 7 points separating 6 or 7 teams there. So it's really tight at the top of the ladder, and that makes this game really crucial with just a few games left heading into finals.
Moving over onto the team list, we'll pull up the home side first, which is Victoria Park. The big one tonight at the top, starting on the bench, but joining us later for the second game of the night. Gabriel Jason will be wearing the number 1. Tim Bates and Sasha Thomas are always so crucial for them. Shane Benfield has been a little bit quieter through his actions in the last few weeks, holding up that more halfback role. Do you think he can pull himself together and actually lead this team to the important victory?
Yeah, well, I think the thing about Vic Park is they've got a lot of quality across the park, so they don't necessarily have to rely on 1 or 2 players to get them over the line. So I think as a skipper in that back line, he's joined by Ben Taylor and co, and it's just for him about slotting in and doing his role.
Last one there is Ben Taylor as well, the leading penalty corner scorer currently in the competition. Over and across now to UWA. Speaking of goal scorers, they've got 2 in the top 10. Cam Geddes and Harry Golding, both tied up on 13 and 12 goals each. They can really progress this game forward. It's good having those 2 targets up front, both high on confidence.
Yeah, and different goal scoring methods. Cam Geddes obviously possesses one of the best drag flicks in the competition, and Harry Golding lurks around up front there and is always dangerous and will shoot from anywhere in the circle, so they've got to be on their toes, Vic Park.
UWA all set and ready to rumble now. We're just about to have the whistle and the officials come out. Your officials for the evening, Logan Powell and Tom Keating, who's been fantastic with the whistle, Tom, tonight. I believe he might have the mic as well. Leading into this game, have you got an early tip for us, anyone you want to favour?
Oh, the thing about UWA is if they get on a scoring run, they can score many goals and score quickly. So I think the longer the game stays a contest, I think Vic Park have the tools to be able to wear down UWA. But if you see UWA score 1 or 2 early, that could be curtains.
Oh, don't hit me.
Just down on sideline. Can see UWA getting ready. Getting through their final preparations now. It looks like Bott as well in the number 20 jersey for UWA. Pretty relaxed customer down there, just waggling his stick around, not too fussed about much as they come into their final huddle now. We'll see if we can get any intel from what's going to be in this final chat. Not too much on offer there, so I'll get over to you there, Tim.
No, well, Paul Godoyne, the coach, is happy to leave it in the players' hands here. So it looks like the discussion being led by the likes of Chris Borza, who has played a number of games for the Kookaburras and is the Thundersticks legend, and he's the one with a lot of experience.
Victoria Park just milking this last couple of seconds out into the game. 1 minute past post time here. Set and ready for pushback. Will be UWA to get us started.
Hey? I spoke to him before. Interception, if it's safe, but within 5, it's fine. Yeah. But if it's not an interception, then it's got to be 5. Same as it's supposed to have been all year.
Tom Keating there. Actually, Tom Keating on the far side. Should be Logan Powell with mic in hand.
Yeah, and just discussing with Chris Borza there from UWA, the overhead rule, just trying to find clarification early. It's a bit of a grey area in world hockey at the moment, so it's important for the umpires to communicate that with the players so that they know how to adapt to the rule.
We'll touch on that a little bit later when we get a break in play as well. I want to pick your mind a little bit on that as the evening progresses on. Everybody looks set and ready to go. 15 minutes on the clock. Premier League hockey here in WA, right at Perth Hockey Stadium. UWA with the pushback. We'll see how they want to set up the evening. Happy to send 2 straight forward and just buy themselves that little bit of time to bite up the right wing. All going to be controlled at the back here from Chris Bowser. Busy chatting away to the referee and all involved. Just ramping off the stick. Jack Levisic wins the free as well. A little bit of a tackle from behind.
And this looks like it'll be taken, well, I was going to say just outside the 23-metre line, which typically can be delivered straight into the circle. But just being patient early, UWA trying to suck Vic Park out to the ball.
Very calm beginnings to this game. Won't stay like this for long. UWA want to heat up into this, as you spoke about before. Getting on a run's part of their strategy. Bowser takes things directly into the line. Just turning things over. Great work by Kai Stirrett. First chance for Vic Park. And they will go straight into the air. So Bowser's chat might prove to be a worthy one this evening. Very well controlled by Scanini. Out wide, takes the 2-on-1 on, draws the foot. And injures his foot in the proceedings.
You right?
James Collins, as you can see, taking part of this game for Victoria Park, number 26 in the black and orange. Obviously a current Kookaburra, not over in Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games at the moment, but he'll be someone they're relying heavily upon to drive their forward action tonight.
Benfeld with a driving ball forward. Thomas wins the free, plays on quickly, wants to get this one across, didn't have much option. Finally came, but intercepted, 2 metres out from the line, gets back into the hands, not quite there again. Vic Park all over it with pressure early here, but the UWA defence holds out strong. Sasha Thomas was looking very dangerous in the first passage of attack here. Collins bides time, passes well down the side and just cranks it on the stick.
Yeah, good, brave tackle there. Coming from UWA in the form of Jacob Evans. You get that wrong, it can be a penalty corner, and if you get it wrong, you can also wear a stick. So he managed to take 100% of the ball on an important tackle there to stop Collins from penetrating the circle.
Great ball, passing over halfway. Chance to get some legs on. Needs to find somebody to pass the ball to. Going all the way himself, not quite on offer.
Penalty corner given.
Ooh.
Yeah, so an early penalty corner look for UWA. We spoke about their penalty corner threat in the form of Cam Geddes, who's just wandering up to the circle now. I'm sure this will go to him for an early attempt against his state under-21 assistant coach, Dom Hurd.
It's a great run early by James Royce. Just took them all on. Good import for the team.
And you'll see that happen a lot through the UWA team. They have guys coming from the back of the field like Borza, like Geddes, like James Royce, who can penetrate and look to go with their attacking skill. They're not typically one who'll sit back and pass the ball around a lot. And with those attacking weapons, they'll look to break the game open like they just did.
So all set up here. UWA to get on the board early. Geddes intended. Tries to go down to the bottom right, draws the foot and will go again.
And well run by Shane Benfeld. It's a brave role running first against someone like Geddes who flicks the ball at about 110 or 120 clicks. So you've got to do your job well. It's not for the faint-hearted, but a really important job it is.
It's going to be one of the least forgiving balls out there in sport, that's for sure.
I think they'll go again here to battery 1 to Geddes. They do. Flicks it wide. So a let off there for Victoria Park.
It was a big chance there. Bowser went early up the left and I thought he was going to get himself in that deflection zone. Just wasn't quite there for him this time. Didn't get that last 2 metres into him.
As you can see, we've played 3 minutes here and both teams have had early chances. So sets a really good tone and a good tempo for the game ahead.
Yeah, I had to catch myself. I was about to say Vic Park was starved of possession, but then I looked at the clock and realised how short the game's been so far. They had the one attacking chance, and that's probably all it is, 2-1 at the moment. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard, and we can wheel around the back through Harry Goulding. Hair flowing meticulously as he pushes out right wing, sets up at the back for Bowser again to reset things. Great push forward here for the mullet man, who pushes it wide, couldn't keep it under control.
And I think Vic Park will just look to slow the game down a little bit and play it on their terms. Like I said, UWA are typically a very fast, attacking, direct hockey team. Vic Park would just look to slow this down a little bit, find some forward half possession if they can, and just weather this early storm, play themselves into the game.
As we see another ball go aerial there. I know both of those ones have been out of the back half, but this ball here is the one we're looking at. Trapped really well. Needs to come underneath. Just spun off the side. Very well kept out.
It is, and very well taken in the circle by Jackson Geddes, who opted for the backhand shot. Dom Herb was quick to come out and close down in a really important save.
Well, it's just off the stick as well.
You can see the aerial threat, just how penetrating it can be to find guys over the top of the defence. As soon as that ball goes into the circle, it's a very hard one to defend.
How are the conversations going with you and your teams in the high development areas at the moment? Is this a real threat? Is this something we're really going to push for a couple of years now?
Yeah, absolutely. And that happens as teams gravitate more towards playing zonal hockey, and there's more pockets to find. Vic Park here, they're defending more man-on-man, more traditional, but I'm sure it'll be something that Vic Park look to use when they have the ball to find the pockets of space in the UWA defence. But certainly what we're telling our players is as soon as the ball goes aerial, to make it very clear that it's your space and that you're in control of the ball, because the umpires, they're not really looking at where it's going. So you'll see here.
Claims that really well early.
It's a very hard one to umpire. And he's worn one in the knee for his trouble here.
Time's off.
Nothing else there Patton Williams could do. Take a look at it.
So that one's a difficult one because the ball goes into a crowded contest where there's no real clarity over whose ball it is or who owns the space, which is more times than not how it's blown these days. So that causes confusion with the umpiring. Sometimes they let it go, sometimes they blow penalty corners, and that's why it's really important, or at least why we direct our players, that as soon as the ball goes aerial, to make it really clear that you're under the ball. And more times than not, the umpire will just see that and react accordingly.
Because we saw early in the replays, we take a look one more time.
It's a sore one in the ankle. I reckon he's connected with zero ball.
It's not your job, Dom. Leave it alone.
Just clearing up any confusion about the call as well.
Yeah, well, Dom's probably not happy that his defender's worn one straight in the ankle there, but he was more than entitled to have a shot on target there. I think it was Jackson Geddes or Kobe Green, one of the two. And Dom probably just making it clear to the umpires that it's dangerous play if he connects with body instead of ball.
Set to restart play. 9:55 on the clock in the first. Exiting very similarly at the moment.
No, you've run off. You've hit it forward.
Yeah,
hit it forward.
So you can again you see the confusion.
Yeah.
I disagree on that occasion. I think the ball dropped to Victoria Park, who had first contact on the ball but hadn't brought it to ground under control yet before the UWA player had entered the space. And the umpire, unfortunately, for Victoria Park and James Collins on that occasion, said that he brought the ball forward with no control and that the UWA player was entitled to play it. So
Right, there's good, Darcy.
it's a very grey area in world hockey, like I said.
I like it though. It's adding a little something for me. I think he could have got away with a little bit of a foot call even. He could have a scapegoated out of there. I reckon I saw a foot in there. Could have gone the cheap call. But wants to stick to his guns. Call this game exactly how he's seeing it. Ben Taylor has a look down the line. Cops a deflection inboard. Nicely scooped up. James Royce sends forward. Intercepted nicely again. Taylor's shot back into the pocket. Not Taylor. To apologise. Ethan Strutt. Chances are brewing here for UWA. They've had more of the ball in the forward half here. They want to reset and get this structure all aligned again. Will it go aerial? It does. It's a little wide. Needs to be well trapped and just outside the reach. James Hackett to bring that one in. Two very similar plans. That time, missed opportunity. Sets up for Richards to blow inboard. Well intercepted. Good defensive lines. Coming across on the 45. Allows them to exit cleanly once again. But Levershitz just left it behind. Had enough time to regather. They win the foot on the right wing. Very tactical battle early here. They really want to stick to their guns, make sure their plan's going to work over the opposition. UWA, it's a very low percentage entry. And they're getting plenty of it. You just need one.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't unusual for UWA. They attack in waves, and it seems to be constant at times. But like I said earlier, if they can just weather this storm, Vic Park, it'll help if they control the ball when they've got it. But if they can just weather this early storm and go into quarter time at 0-0, I think they'll be happy with that and just reset ahead of the second quarter.
Aiden Lowe's just flick that one across for a nice final touch. Unable to be trapped off the aerial ball again. We've got a whistle back from the far umpire.
Yeah, just saying that the UWA player wasn't 5 when the Victoria Park player was trying to bring the ball under control.
And a missed opportunity, missed by everyone.
Oh, Jake, no close.
Not minding the exit by Vic Park at the moment, but they haven't really converted many chances inside the 25 yet, have they?
No, and that's what, if I was coaching Vic Park, I'd just be saying that when we do get the ball in front half, I'd be really slowing the game down, trying to soak up as much ball as possible in our front third and make UWA defend and accountable, because if they try and match it with the UWA's pace and just try and play run and gun hockey and play quickly, I think UWA, that suits them better. And then Vic Park leave themselves open to the counter. If they can just take their time when they get into the front third and try and force UWA to defend and be accountable, I think that's where they'll create better opportunities.
Missed intercept out wide. Would have been good by Ben Taylor.
And you can hear Dom Hurd, verbally communicating loudly from the back of the field to play slow ball, and that's exactly what I was just talking about.
And mission 1 with that overhead ball is get it forward, and we don't need to rush.
Yep.
Now, finally, the communication might have started to settle. Good pass out wide. Forces the defence to react. Ball's just a little bit wide. Unable to bring it in, Collins. And immediately, UWA hold up play and send 2 forward. Setting up for longer options here. Still got to get the first pass away. Couldn't find one, so they're just going to have to launch it, and just goes out very late on the side.
Yeah, and good pressing by Victoria Park, forcing Matt Fisher there onto his reverse stick to play, probably a 20-80 ball at best. They'll be much happier conceding those sorts of balls than bursting through the middle of the field uncontested, running at their defence.
Still cold conditions in Perth here this week, and now a light drizzle of rain just starts to trickle across the field. Shouldn't be too intense tonight, not too much wind about. Certainly he's going to add a bit of extra chill factor down here as we see a more direct line. Vic Park, big chance, got to convert. Well defended once again. Keeper all on top of things. Sits up here. Regular corner.
Good solid left hand there from Christian Starkey in the goal for UWA, but you can see just how dangerous James Collins can be when he's allowed to run through the middle of the field.
Stolen from behind. Not exactly what Vic Park were looking at. Sasha Thomas has to press in defence and put the pressure on. Doesn't want to give this one back up the field. Ball trapped in corner, just ramped up. And eventually should trickle out.
Much better control here from Vic Park. They've weathered the early storm. Probably now for the last 2 or 3 minutes they've had the majority of possession and have looked really solid, and forcing UWA back into their defence and forcing them to defend and be really accountable for these players. So again, if they can do similar for the last 4 minutes here, it'll suit them much better going into quarter time.
Well, that's going to be the objective, though, as well, is not having 10 minutes of UWA pressure every single quarter and then only getting 4.5, 5.5 minutes to attack back the other way. Inboard ball. Chance to spin around again. Vic Park dangerous, but the sweeper always there for UWA. Great 3D skills to keep this one under control. Kurt Scarney just tries to play it away. Loses it 2-on-1. Great work to stay out of there. Trapped in the corner.
Oh. And good umpiring there by Logan Power, who just was really clear with his communication, let the play go, didn't blow any cheap free hits, and ultimately well defended by UWA, who come forward again through Matt Fisher.
Great ball by Jack Leversic. Finds UWA through Timms. Just buying time, looking for a free. Couldn't get one on first occasion, wants to keep it in. Eventually just cops one on the toe.
Matt Fisher really not happy with his strikers there, feeling that they weren't providing an option when the left half needed it. Instead, just camping into the circle, waiting for the ball to come to them, instead of providing the width and doing the work for the team.
Golding
Good tackle.
put a lot of pressure on with his skipper. They win the free and give it away immediately, but they're going to get another chance. About 30 out.
I don't know what he calls. It wasn't my call.
Passing the buck, umpire 1 to umpire 2. Good pass forward by Bowser again. Allows them to transition up the right wing, where they've looked more likely out that side so far. Vic Park just control it. Looking for a free. Not able to get it. Play on the call after going out. UWA inboard once again. Not there. James Royce wants to stay alive through this passage.
They've got numbers forward here if they can get their eyes up.
Vic Park looked good through Sasha Thomas. Now the message real clear. Once we get past halfway, we can start to settle again. We've got a minute 35 to build whatever they like. Have one more tack at UWA. Not needing to panic, forcing a foot. Nicely done by Stirrett. And he wants it back down the right wing. Dane Richards says no. I'm going to give it back to the experienced campaigner of my skipper Shane Benfelt, who receives it back again. Gets the unmarked player down the right-hand side. Where can they go? Just off the stick. Well defended, Harry Goulding.
Good.
Let's push right back to cover here.
Yeah, 1 minute to go here in the quarter. They just need to build a really good opportunity here, Vic Park, and not try and rush through this minute or rush to create something. They leave themselves open to a quick counter from UWA. If they do that, I would just be soaking as much as I could of this last minute and trying to create 1 or 2 really good opportunities.
Stolen, really well tackled.
1 minute doesn't feel like a lot of time, but it's a very, very long time to create an opportunity.
Straight across the back. It's going to end up in the skipper's hand, Benfield again. Great press forward, looking for the ball, just catches stick. Still going to have 20 seconds from the side.
Yeah, we might see this delivered straight into the circle just outside the 23-metre line with just approaching 15 seconds left on the clock. I'd be surprised if this didn't go direct.
Does go direct, just falls left. No one was covering left post. They all started screaming back towards the camera side here. 5 seconds, has to get in now. Last roll of the dice for Vic Park. They don't have much time and it's a dangerous ball. End of the first quarter. All tied up here. Certainly a lot of momentum swings throughout that quarter though. We'll listen into the umpire for a second.
Can't overrule. He's got a better side on angle. Yeah. I didn't agree with it, but yeah.
And just speaking about that's it. That's why we've got 2 umpires. He's got a better line in sight than me. It's not what I saw, but he's got a better picture, so it's exactly what we're going to go with.
Yeah, it's not exactly the best thing to tell the player that you disagree with your co-umpire's decision, especially someone like Chris Borza who will use that to his advantage. But Borz, very experienced campaigner, will just be trying to help the umpires in making their decision. Turn some 50-50s his way. He's been doing it for about a decade.
Rain continues to tumble down here. Very light and fluffy sort of action. Before game started, we were at 14 degrees. Now we tick down to 13.
I think we got to 9 this morning.
Yeah, it was great work. It was blustering throughout the storm on Tuesday night as well. It was a fun game to be a part of, certainly for me down on the sideline.
Yeah, not so much for me playing.
Did you know
in the middle of a cyclone?
Did you know they got a heater in the box down there?
No,
I sure found out.
I didn't find it during the game.
It's a good time in there. Playing with the new scoreboard, I was all up and about for it.
Does look great, the new scoreboard, very big. Currently showing 0-0, which I think is a result that Vic Park will be happy to take into quarter time. I think, like I said, it's very standard for UWA to come out firing and play as quickly as they did and create opportunities early. So I think Vic Park did well to weather that storm, did well not to concede, and then in the back half of that first quarter actually had the lion's share of possession and had UWA on the back foot. So they'll be looking to start the second quarter much like they finished the first, and again, it'll be important for them to be on their toes for this early onslaught from the green.
Set and ready for the second quarter. Will be Harry Goulding to push us back. And very similar setup, but a loose carry. Immediately Vic Park want to come forward, just off the foot of Pampling. Almost could have been a bit of drama to start us off. UWA, long searching ball, tapped inboard nicely, had to be trapped sweetly, and Sasha Thomas did just that.
Yeah, did really well to defend there, Sasha Thomas. The right half UWA tried to spring him out and go forward and catch him off guard, but he did really well to do his defensive running and make a critical tackle just outside the circle for Vic Park.
Levisic beat two, then got the stick. We'll take this one from the right-hand side. Smarter heads prevail. They'll lay this one backwards, and we'll go over to Bowser now. Vic Park really enticing the wire ball here. They want to push them wide into the corner. Loose carry's not going to help things for UWA. Makes Gabriel Jason chase hard. Going to tire him out before his gig with us later this evening. Bowser again. Short pass. Fisher looks around. Wants to move things forward. Nothing on offer. Really cramping defense, Vic Park, once they try to go up the middle. So they get what they wanted. UWA down the right-hand side again. Ball comes in it. And not quite there touched.
Can be a difficult one for Vic Park to defend because UWA, although they have guys in their backfield, they tend to just roam once they pass the ball. They can pass and move forward and drag their defender with them. So they've got to be... Oh, it's not a good tackle by Jace. They've got to be really careful and diligent with their marking and make sure that they're focused and following in the second phase. Otherwise, those players from UWA will just spring forward and catch them out.
Almost a superb ball forward. Just couldn't be reeled in by Fisher up front. Absolutely nothing on offer. So over the board we go once again. Vic Park. Space claimed. So for the viewers at home there as well, you've really got to pull out of that 5-metre circle no matter what.
Depends how early you can get there or how early you can read it, really. If you're within playing distance of the ball, you can enter the contest and theoretically should be your free hit. But if the ball goes aerial and then you're making the move to get into the space of the player who's already there, then that's counted as dangerous and it'll go to the player who's originally under the ball. So as you saw on that occasion, James Collins was planted under the ball. The ball was clearly going to him and he was set, and Chris Borza came into that 5-metre zone, which created the danger, and so it was a Vic Park free hit. Blown correctly.
Great ball. Vic Park forward. UWA's coach screams of no. Didn't like the way they were set up behind that at all. They make a tackle, and it's all on Roth to get us out of the back half. Turned over midfield, and Vic Park now with a little bit of pace on the ball. Richard decides to exit once again. And now we're not waiting 12 minutes to enter this part of Vic Park's game plan.
No, they've started the second quarter much better. And
big chance. Now flicked forward. Golding. It's a sprint if he wants it. Wants to hold things up, take them on. Looks to draw the free. And he's going to get it just outside. Gives a little push as well, Harry Goulding. Not happy?
Probably not happy with the contact to receive from Dane Richards entering the circle. And just making sure he made his presence felt.
Frank Main unable to get it done as he entered down the left. Ball gets turned over. Good chance here. Jason Gabriel has it down the right-hand side. Is looking for the runner in Vakines. Just couldn't get it across to him in time.
Well, it should be a penalty corner. He's kicked it straight into his defender's foot, but
not spotted.
It's been not spotted by the umpire, and UWA breathed a sigh of relief, and they've gotten away with one there. It's a fantastic trap by Jason Gabriel out here on the right side of the field with an outstretched hand, and he just weighted the ball into the space in front of the goalkeeper, who cleared it straight out, and it caught the foot on the way out, but not spotted. So, like I said, they'll be counting themselves lucky, UWA, not to be facing a penalty corner.
Not the best ball from Bates. Down to his skipper, Shane Benfell, who pushed himself a little bit more forward this time. Wanted to get involved, get the pass going. Sasha Thomas fighting well, but turned over. Royce with pace on ball, now pushing forward. The captain, Timms, flies it in, missed trap. Still going to sit up here for Benfell, just going to whack this one away. Gabriel. 0-1. everybody involved. Vic Park ball.
Oh, they're on over the top if they can find it here. That's the way they go.
It's a good call from the coach. Slapped out of the air by Bowser.
I think he chose the wrong option there, James Collins. I don't think he saw Jason Gabriel out here on the right-hand side. He went to the left side of the field, which was more of a contest. But if he had have spotted Jace over here to the right, he was in behind his defence in plenty of space.
Cries for a green card. Nothing being offered at all.
They've been red hot on that in the umpiring, particularly at the National Championships last week, about pushing the ball away and not looking at the umpire before you play the ball. So Vic Park rightly aggrieved there.
This one just goes out left upright. Corner ball. Draws in both defenders. By design, off the foot. We can't let that one go. UWA want to pick the pace in this game up.
Yeah. No, he's taking it to the spot. Taking it to
Benfell with a misread on where the free was from.
Just take it up. Right there.
Easy work for Bowser here. Great ball inside, but it's to a 2-on-1. Just well bodied off the ball. Non-contact sport, of course. Good push down left wing. Dane Richards puts his hands up in the air. Needed to keep fighting. Still pressure in defence for Geddes.
Yeah, he wasn't going to outrun Cam Geddes there, Dane Richards. Geddes, who runs 100 metres in about 11 seconds flat.
It's quick enough.
Had him covered, yeah, and defended really well on that occasion. Did well not to give away a free hit, did well not to get eliminated, just stayed in the contest at pace and was able to come out with the ball. Potentially a dangerous situation averted. But good sustained mounted pressure here from Vic Park, who are just playing really patient and building the play up and picking their time to go. And UWA have been forced right onto the back foot here, defending deep inside their own half.
But they're not biting yet. They're not going for anything crazy. They're just happy to sit and wait. Vic Park aren't offering anything too spectacular. Just putting lots and lots and lots of pressure on as we see a pass through the defence. Steer it. Great tackle called by the umpire.
Lots of ball.
Lots of ball, not just a bit of ball, lots of ball he got. Kai Steer it. Now for Benfell. Good ball, just couldn't be trapped by Jason Gabriel out wide. Another attack survive UWA.
And they're just struggling to outlet against this full press of Vic Park at the moment, UWA. They've got a lot of pressure on the ball, Vic Park, high up their field. And so far, UWA just struggling to string passes together, and the game's not as open as what it was in the first 5 to 7 minutes, where they're allowed to penetrate through the middle of the field. Vic Park have really clogged it up, got pressure on the ball. We're seeing a lot of turnovers coming out of the backfield for UWA.
Trying to draw this UWA defence out has almost backfired as a crafty ball from the back of the stick off Yem almost sets up a good attack down the side for Harry Goulding out the left.
Yeah, did really well to win the ball there, Harry Goulding out here on the left-hand side. But again, it's just a lack of care with the ball. If they can find that next pass, they're away into attack. But they're making the first pass and just struggling to connect the second and third passes, which is why they're breaking down.
Is it because of that pace of play and how they're being instructed? The eyes are going up before the trap or something?
Potentially, but I think it's probably just an experience thing and just really taking care with that pass. You see a lot of people receive a bobbly pass and then pass that error on to the next person rather than just taking half a second more just to consolidate the ball and make a really sure pass to their teammate. And just struggling with their skill level here under pressure, UWA.
Vic Park decide this is the time to go quick. But once again, Levisic, so solid at reading the angles in defence, got across to make the tackle, wins a free, puts it down by a hand, but he's got to take that back about 5 metres.
He tried to get away with the one there. Jack Levisic wasn't spotted, but he's way over the back. But again, the skill execution letting UWA down.
It's always funny, these weird, gentle, rainy nights. People are confused whether it's dry weather ball, wet weather ball.
Particularly on a Friday night too, and it's much the same with midweek games as well. Is they often have a much different feel to them because guys have been at work all day. It's the end of a long day. It's the end of a long week, and suddenly they've got to turn up and try and focus and be ready to go on a Friday night at 7 p.m. So often you can see games played like this midweek or on a Friday night.
Advantage, advantage!
Great use of advantage used by the umpire. A chance to move forward once again. And all stick as part of the intercept, and just allowed to run wide. Nothing there for Leversic. It's good to see that one play out there. Could have easily pulled that up, had another free.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the advantage was well played there by Logan Power, who spotted the free hit, but the ball was in transition forward with Dane Richards going into attack, so allowed him the possession. Right call on that occasion. Game's been umpired relatively well so far.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark, second quarter.
Interesting call here by Vic Park, who are just falling away, potentially feeling they're not quite set up or high enough up the field to full press up in the corner, so they've just dragged their team out to around the 55-yard mark here, just to condense this space. But what it does allow, just as it's a skew-if trap there by Ethan Stirrett, but controlled by Vic Park here coming out of defence, who should win a free hit for their trouble. They don't. But what that allows when you fall out is then UWA to take a breath and have an uncontested possession and no pressure on the ball, and allows them to find a pass under no pressure, which is what they've been struggling with in the first 12 minutes of this quarter, is being able to string passes. So that can sometimes be the danger when teams fall away to the middle of the field, is that you allow the team actually to kind of reset, gather their... get hold of the ball and just take a breath, and then start to find passes that they haven't been able to find in the first part of this quarter.
Goulding has to chase real hard, but so did the defence. Stirrett had to play at that.
Back away, don't tackle!
Well pulled out, well umpired as well. Goulding looks inboard, should be off the foot, advantage paid. We're just going to see it over the baseline.
Yep, and fair enough advantage too. They decided to shoot. They had a clean look at goal, and it just spat wide of the goal there from Kobe Green. So well umpired, and they took their opportunity, but just missed the target there. But it's the first real look they've had at goal for the quarter, UWA, and we're approaching, 2 minutes to go. But that's the danger they possess, is at any moment they can score.
While we're looking out for penalty corners, producer Beck just spotting a pitch invader in the form of a kookaburra, taking all our eyes off the plate. Luckily he's up behind the goal now. 2 minutes 30 to go. Vic Park with Bates, who's been really good at the back in this half. For Vic Park, seems to be that interceptor role, much like Leversuch has been for the opposite end.
Yeah, team tends to play their free defender role, or their sweeper as some teams call it, Tim Bates, and again another one with a wealth of experience and just in the right spot at the right times, more times than not.
Well won.
Yeah, well done there by Jack Pampling, just again securing front half possession, just allowing the next layer to creep up.
Similar position to the end of the first quarter. Minute 50 on the clock. Vic Park with ball in hand. But this time they're going to press this forward. Unable to be trapped by Jason Gabriel. Almost lulled me and UWA into a false sense of security that they were going to build that one up. Direct ball to the D. Lots of chat UWA. Bowser sends it out to the right-hand side. Almost miscued. But eventually a quick 1-2, and it's in control out wide through Bott, who tries to go forward to absolutely nothing. Well passed, over the top.
Fantastic throw from Tim Bates, and a fantastic receive too from Dane Richards. And here they come again into their attack. They'll have a free hit just inside their attacking 23 with 50 seconds on the clock here. Again, a long time to build a good opportunity, so they won't rush. They'll drag it back out to Ben Taylor, play around to the open side and try and create a better chance.
Just outside here. Now the press comes from UWA, looking for a good tackle. Unable to get it just checked. No Benfield out there at the moment, so they can't ask him for direction. They're going to have to do this off their own back, Vic Park. Plenty of experience out there at the moment, though. Collins tries to win a free, just in the corner. Tackled sweetly. Fisher did really well. Now UWA just need to survive this out with 15 seconds on the clock from here. Well past inboards. Couldn't get the flick away.
Dear.
Chance to go inside. Now need to just win the free or have a shot. Not quite there. And well defended UWA once again, even though it was by the skin of their teeth. And that'll lead us into the halftime break.
Well, they've got away with one UWA. They can count themselves very lucky. They had stick on ball in their defensive corner. With less than 10 seconds to go, they played the ball infield and tried to pass it out quickly. Miscued on the skill and gave Victoria Park a really good look at goal there. All from nothing, really. And I'm sure Paul Godoyne won't be happy with the chances they're allowing Vic Park towards the end of that second quarter.
Yeah, it's good defence so far by Christian Starkey in the goals for UWA, but it's not like he's really had to stop us a humming one yet.
No, not yet, and that probably goes for both teams. UWA have had 2 penalty corners, obviously, in the first quarter, but outside of that chance from Kobe Green, they didn't really penetrate or create a whole lot of clean chances. And Vic Park, for all the possession they had, they're probably a similar story. Didn't really get a whole lot of clean chances on goal. So I think the second quarter definitely goes the way of Vic Park. They've had the lion's share of possession, but UWA, to their credit, have defended really well in the defensive circle.
So Premier Division 1 hockey right here in WA. We're going to go into a halftime break. Right now, Vic Park, UWA, all tied up 0-0. We'll be right back with your second half. Welcome back, one and all, to the second half in this Premier League hockey in WA on a Friday night. a rainy old cold one. It's still 0-0 between Vic Park and UWA. Something's got to give here soon, doesn't it, Tim?
Yeah, it does. We were just speaking before the break about it being a game that's lacked real clear chances, but I think Paul Godoyne would give his team a fair rev up at half time. I don't think he's happy with the amount of pressure being applied to Vic Park when they have the ball, and I'd be very surprised if they didn't come out absolutely humming in this second half.
Vic Park will get us underway. Now moving right to left across the screen. Get a good angle on some of these UWA inboard balls if that's exactly how they want to go, over the top and in. Low percentage, but the way this game's panning out, but they're only going to need one.
That could be it, and like you saw with our game on Tuesday night, it took us a long time to wear down Wasps, but one was enough in the end. So it could be a similar story here. As Richards goes forward, Frank Main doing the chasing, helped by Harry Golding.
First.
Good ball.
Play on.
Left-hand side early for Vic Park. They want to win free here. I'll take a sideline, though.
Hold, Frank, no closer.
Just Dane Richards holding things up. Wants something to present. He's got one in support, trying to be a short runner. No one there. Flick just left. That's almost the first goal of the game. And just Jack Pampling should have had better control of that.
Well, I'd like to see the measurement on the ball that was taken from the sideline before entering the circle, because it looked a very short fire from Dane Richards before being delivered. But nonetheless, it was played on, and the chance went begging Jack Pampling just in front of his near post there. And UWA escape early.
Long hooping ball to nobody, just relieving the pressure for UWA. But Gallant, Harry Golding, somehow intercepts this. Lazy defense. Benfeld realizes he's going to have to step up here, takes that one back and just knocks it away.
Just seemed to completely switch off there, Tim Bates, just thinking the ball would trickle out with no one around him, and little did he know, Harry Golding was sneaking in behind from this side of the field, and as we've got two balls on the field here, that's an ankle breaker.
Oh, bully to restart, please, guys. Bully to restart.
It's going to be a bully to restart here, but I think UWA will just give the ball back to Vic Park. They're in possession of it.
Bully to restart, please. Bully. No.
There you go. All in the spirit of the game, we'll start again. Kai Stirrett, who's moved into the back line for Vic Park, now gets forward on the right side of the field. This will go out to Bates.
Just well trapped. Had to take the intercept kindly, did Royce. It's going to give an opportunity for UWA. They look to move quickly. Stolen by Richards. Has been better at the start of this second half. Tries to get one out wide. Big chance. Got to get it across the face. They look to go backwards. Not quite there.
Yeah, he was looking for a penalty corner there, Curtis Gain. He's very good at winning penalty corners when he's got his stick on the ball in the attacking circle, but well defended again by UWA deep in their defence. There's another wave of attack coming through Sasha Thomas here. He gives Matt Fisher one on the way past too.
Just trying to turn themselves inside out. Good two-man pressure, UWA. Not allowing an easy entry, but Vic Park get through on these couple of little extra presses. They're going to be outnumbered inside the defensive D.
Yeah, they've started well again. We'll go aerial.
No way out for UWA at the moment. Great ball inside. Goal. What a goal.
What a fantastic finish.
Dane Richards finally gets the first goal of this game off the back of a tremendous ball. And you see here Bates flicks it over the top. It was a great first touch effort. Actually, it's the ball after this that actually is the steal.
It was a very risky pass in field from Matt Fisher, and James Collins was onto it. Did really well to jump in front, make the intercept, a quick release to Dane Richards, who made absolutely no mistake in the attacking circle, and we find ourselves 1-0 3 minutes into the second half to Victoria Park.
Just thought Dane Richards, those first couple of efforts to start this half, they were tremendous. And he gets paid his dividends here. Bates runs past the ball, tries to get back in behind it. UWA to answer immediately, low left. Not quite there. The skipper, Daniel Timms, almost answered back for his team immediately.
Yeah, crucial save by Dom Hurd on the last line of defence. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's coming back in again, but well defended by Hayden Vatikanis. That's often the case. You can switch off after scoring, thinking you've done the job and you've got yourself in the lead, and before you know it, the opposition's in the defensive circle, their attacking circle, having a sniff. And once again, it was a really strong right hand there from Dom Hurd in the goals for Vic Park. His team can thank him that it's 1-0.
Pampling did well, tried to give it out wide. Aiden Vanicus just couldn't quite get it back inboard to him. Free hit just outside here for Vic Park. Players in motion. The goal scorer wants to get first touch inside, wins a free hit.
Tricky ones to defend these, right on the edge of the circle where everyone has to be 5 metres away from the ball. They'll play it back to Collins. He'll be patient, spit it back out to Bates, and they'll just try and suck UWA out to the ball here to create a little bit of space.
Great ball inside, chance to get stick on. Didn't want to turn to the blind side. Just trying to draw that free once again, then diving in underneath. Richards doing all of it at the moment.
Well umpired too again here in front of us from Logan Powell and Tom Keating on the far side, because the ball from Ben Taylor at the back struck a foot on its way through to the circle, but advantage paid, found the stick of the Victoria Park player in the attacking circle, and they just couldn't make the most of it. But that's how you like the game umpired, let it flow as Borza goes aerial out to the right-hand side, but finds the sideline.
Where's this been, Tim? First half, skill-wise, not there. Pressure-wise, not there. Now both teams look like they've really come into this.
Yeah, well, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if Paul Godoyne gave his team a little bit of a rev up at halftime and demanded a little bit more out of them.
Certainly looks like they've responded here.
So they have, but again, they're just struggling to penetrate, and they're struggling to hold possession of the ball, and just seems at the moment wave after wave of Vic Park pressure. And here they go again on the right side through Kai Sterrett in space. Cuts inside, finds the foot of Cam Geddes right on the edge of the circle. He'll play quickly, allows him to enter the circle, and it's a fantastic trap by Chris Borza right in the mouth of the goal, and does well to win a free hit for UWA.
Jason Gabriel was just down and across, ready to deflect that. It's going to be an almost certainty, at least a shot on goal. Over the top here, James Hackett lets it go.
Yep, and you can hear Paul Godoyne, and you can see him down on the sideline begging his team to press up the field and get some pressure on the ball. Tim Bates has given a rather unkind ball to Ben Taylor, his fellow fullback, who'll play it aerial just into space. Darcy Bott will receive in front for UWA. They'll come forward on the left flank. They find Yam. Cuts inside and finds the foot of Benfield. And they'll start again just outside the circle. The first time they've really had possession of the ball in their front 25.
I want to get on with things.
Again, Bates just mopping up for Vic Park at the back. Dom Hurd in the goal, once again calling slow ball, which to his team will just mean to take a breath, find their structure.
Well done out of the air. Green just traps it, settles things.
Trapped it, pirouetted, might have stood on it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The umpire's played on. Fisher will come to the right to deliver such.
Little touch.
You can just see the relentless pressure from Vic Park here. And he's very unlucky there, Kurt Skane. It's probably the right decision. It's hit the player high and dangerous, but you can just see that they're just squeezing them at the moment and just strangling them. And every single time they win the ball, you can see they've just got to stick in. They don't let them settle on the ball at all. And then they come forward into the space.
There's a good pass from Ben Taylor, trying to find Gabriel. Not quite there. Leave as such, underneath. Now they look to try slow things down, back and across the tall order. It's what they do after this. Even just scratchy trying to play with the ball at the back. There was absolutely no pressure on.
And that's what pressure does, is time after time, you get forced into skill errors. Sometimes you're not even under the pressure, but it feels it's the perceived pressure that you've been put under now for, you know, the best part of 35 or 40 minutes. That they just feel that every time they're going to receive the ball, there's going to be someone closing down, and you get forced into mistakes.
Stick on stick, having a look. Falls away at Vic Park. Already under 7 minutes to go in this third period. As soon as the pace picks up, so does the mental clock. Great ball down to the right-hand side. Vic Park really threatening. Once again, Hayden out wide.
And doing really well to penetrate the channels from the back. Vic Park to one-on-one contest with the UWA defence, and that comes as a result of just trying to suck UWA out to the ball, which opens up channels, opens up space in behind, because they're pressing so deep. When they then come out to the ball, you find the likes of Bates and Taylor able to play into the channels, and they just play it out, not to the stick of their player, but just into the space, and their player will then get there. They'll just pick their time here. Fantastic ball. Benfield's away here. Goes direct.
Ooh, no deflection.
Tried for the cute deflection there, Jack Pamplin. Failed to get his stick on it. The ball rockets into the back of the goal without being touched into the circle. And UWA, once again, just breathe a sigh of relief. But the pressure's forthcoming phase after phase again. They win the ball back very quickly, Vic Park, and they go again.
Looking to go down the right-hand side. Vic Park, loose trap. Lets off a lot of pressure and does Aiden Lowes. UWA want to respond to this gear now. You can see that no point are they considering slowing things down, gaining much possession. They want to attack. They want to be part of this. Kobe Green lays it right. Next ball across, just a little bit loose, so they can go with a switch through Main. Main looks inboard, covering across nicely though, Vic Park. All over the top of things at the moment. Looking for a free down the side. Not going to win one. Kai Stirrett. That ball just goes wide left after a loose hit.
Chris Borza urging his team on from the bench, from the right-hand side of the field here. Really is the one who drives his team forward with his voice and his actions. You can see him charging up, taking the free hit very quickly. Just trying to give his team some energy, because that's what they've lacked going forward. They've just lacked a bit of quality and a little bit of energy. Borza really pivotal in the tempo of his team. He'll be the one that tries to bring them up.
Bates in control at the back, coming up on 4 to go. Good lead out wide. It's just going to be a little too overcooked by Bates, but a real good chance if they can get on top of this one. Circling underneath, Vic Park not quite there for the stick of Jason Gabriel again.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell James Collins how to play hockey. He's pretty good at it, but I just think he made the wrong decision there. They had 4-on-4 entering the attacking 25, and he chose to try and find the striker one out in the circle when he probably could have just penetrated and tried to create a better opportunity.
Right there.
No advantage. We brought it right back to halfway. Good setup here, UWA. Just need to convert on a chance. Can go to the top of the circle. Didn't want it. Bowser again to set things up. Just outside once again. That's twice he's looked down the the right-hand side and found wide of Leversuch.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error from Chris Borza. He doesn't miss too many passes, but again, they've just not been clean with the ball when they have got it. They've had to work hard to get it, and then when they do, they're just throwing it away at the moment, UWA. And Vic Park very happy just to watch the ball go over the sideline and start again from the back.
Bates finds a man down the wing in a bit of open space, claiming the ball went out first. Umpire's happy it stayed inside. Going to claim foot. Take a look at it here. Oh, it's mighty close.
Looked into me. It's a bit like that one at the Commonwealth Games the other night that Tim Brand carried along the baseline, put it on a foot, and then the video referral said no foot. Had everyone confused, I think.
Yeah, it's weird that we got to that point there. It's good to see though, technology in full highlight. Here in WA or all the way over at the Commonwealth Games. We can pick apart every single decision we've ever seen. UWA.
Good thing there's no referrals here in WA.
No,
the game would take 3 hours.
Bates intercepts across the back. Vic Park again. This time, Jason Gabriel with space to manoeuvre, wants to keep pace on, needs to find it right across the back, doesn't quite get there.
A really clean tackle by Jack Leversuch, and one that needed to be made. But again, Gabriel going forward at pace with his stick on the ball, forcing a good tackle out of the UWA defence. It's one that if you get wrong, it's going to be a penalty corner, but on that occasion, Leversuch did really well, maintained his balance, made a clean tackle and won the free hit.
Really well done, Ben Taylor again. Just circles things out wide. 1 minute 30 to go.
That one went out.
Yeah, this time they've called it. Now UWA. Reverse script to the first 2 quarters. They're the ones with 1 minute to go and trying to have a look. Just not quite the ball. Nothing really being presented. Nothing being set up. It's going to be hard to finish off this one. Bring back this 1-0 lead to Vic Park.
It's a silly free hit to give away from UWA. Vic Park player James Collins just had his stick on the ball in the defensive corner. He's not going to pose any danger there, and they just go in swinging the stick and give him the answer and give him the free hit and a chance to outlet.
No dangerous ball called? Yes, there is.
Looks dangerous. Well spotted by Tom Keating on the far side. They'll come forward here with 40 seconds to go. I think they're really happy with this quarter. Vic Park, obviously, they take in a 1-goal lead into three-quarter time, provided it stays the same. But they're firmly in control of this game, and bar 1 or 2 minor slip-ups, they don't really look to be threatened at all by UWA. And once again, like we've seen all game, they'll just drag the ball out, be patient, build a good opportunity, and they've got numbers on the right side if they can find it. But the pass just goes wide from Ben Taylor.
Had to go pretty acute between the two defenders coming up from UWA. It's going to be a small percentage window if they had it. UWA.
They've been caught snoozing at the back again, but it's another skill error, and they lucky to get away with one, Vic Park, and that's just what it's going to be as they go into three-quarter time and the siren sounds and they go in with a 1-goal lead. But that's what it's going to be about in this fourth quarter. I think Vic Park are very happy to just stay in control of the game, but they've just got to pay attention at every moment because UWA, they can score with just about every possession they have, and they're dangerous every time they've got the ball on their stick. So a fascinating final quarter awaits.
1-0 at the moment to Victoria Park. They're all very slowly getting inside of their huddle. UWA, there's a bit of urgency about them. That's what you want to see here. No audio for the huddles tonight from the MEM. You can just imagine what the message would be down there for UWA. Is it up to Bowser or is it up to the coach now? Where do they look?
It looks like Paul Godoyne. I'm just trying to listen into what he's saying, but he's very animated down there, and he's asking for players out of defence to post up and link up a little bit better and probably a little bit cleaner than what they have been at the moment. But again, very animated, and he's asking his team to really attack in this fourth quarter and to have a dip. You can hear him say, have a dip, have a dip.
Even tighter now.
Yeah, Chris Borza takes over.
As I see, Borza just putting out the expletives. Didn't know the microphone would he be able to get him from all the way up here. We hear you, Chris. It's going to be a long night if you guys can't get on the board from there, so I can understand the frustration.
Yeah, he's just asking for, well, he's just telling his team they've got 16 players and it's going to require 16 players worth of effort to come away with a result here. And he's, again, similar lines to what his coach Paul Godoyne was saying. They just need a little bit more energy in this final quarter because since the first 7 minutes, it's been all Vic Park. They've been firmly in control, and I suppose the dangerous thing about a 1-0 scoreline is it only takes one moment for UWA to find themselves back in the game, and that's the danger for Vic Park as well. They've played so well in the past 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters, but one lapse in concentration and the game's back level. You can see UWA pressing really high up the field here, and they've won it early through Jackson Geddes into the circle. Just loses his balance, and Ben Fell will just escort this one out of the D and come away with a 16-yard hit.
Really calm there from the Victoria Park skipper. Shane Benfeld holds it together nicely. UWA press once again. Leversuch, been fantastic tonight. Wants to be involved in every aspect of this game. Now passes across the face. Plenty back for Vic Park, so they have to attack the circle at the very top. Scooting through down the right now. James Royce wants an option, but well tackled by Tim Bates. Bowser. Wider ball. Missed trap. And they freak out a little bit.
Someone just reminding the umpire that
two balls, get rid of one.
It's a physical game. UWA claiming it was a little bit of a soft free hit. Allows Bates to reset, finds the overhead. Just goes over the top of Dane Richards, but UWA will have to outlet from deep in their defence again. And you can see Vic Park pressing up high up the field here.
I feel like the frustration there for UWA can only really come from, it wasn't exactly the pass to give anyway. That was the time they had to come back, reset. They went with it anyway because they think they're playing some high pressure hockey. They give it away and then they go, well, a little bit
Now we have
frustrated
to
within
defend again.
ourselves. Yeah. Vic Park.
Oh, it was there. The pass, well, he's given it up, Kurt Scaney, but he was searching for the pass to right half, which was available. He decided against it, had a second thought against it.
Outside, outside.
Leversic one-on-one with Bates. Shoulder to shoulder, wins the free.
Play.
It's a lot of contact in it as well.
But already in this first 2.5 minutes, you can see the energy from UWA. They're pressing high up the field. They're taking free hits quickly. They're trying to put some energy into the game, and they've got Vic Park on the back foot here.
It's all in vein of what you touched on before as well. It's been a long week. Some players have played Tuesday.
Not a
big
good
stick.
No, it's not a good tackle by Chris Borzer, and frustration just getting the better of him there.
Just see him. Full body contact and chopping away across the side. All professional, all foul. 2 minutes for him. Really going to hurt.
And we'll tell you it was clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Just glad there's no one on the sound effects mic down on the bench at the moment. He'd probably be going off. Great ball for Vic Park to start sealing this one off and then get it inboard. Trapped nicely. UWA. Pass is clean. Can't quite hold on to it. Vic Park give away a little free.
Don't start.
Logan Power just reminding the bench for Vic Park that he's in control of the game and umpiring.
And doing a good job tonight.
Here we go. Dangerous situation.
Nothing, play.
Just lost control there, Harry Golding, but that's when he is dangerous.
Needs to relax.
Nothing there.
Away here, Vic Park.
Wow.
UWA distracts half his team. Did Golding. Gives Vic Park a chance inside, but a ball to no one. That one hurts. Need to slow things up here, UWA. Well done here, and a great pass, just flicking it over the top. We'll give an opportunity for Daniel Timms. Just goes for Bates. Needs to be trapped nicely. Chance to turn inside, penalty corner.
On the edge, right there.
No, just outside.
I'm aware, he hasn't gone in. Play.
Trying to hack away at it. Not there. Jackson Geddes. Well pushed. He disappeared for a bit, but starts to fall again here. Just add to the theatre of this tight game. 1-0 Vic Park. Tick over 10 to go. Ball over the top from Benfell, easily intercepted.
He's been good lever such at the back tonight for the UWA. Seeing them well. And they're open on the right-hand side now. Kai Stewart galloping forward with plenty of space ahead of him. Sells Cam Geddes and it's played onto the foot off his own player, Kobe Green. So Vic Park win their first penalty corner of the game. Done well there, Kai Stewart. Found space on the right-hand side. Was found nicely and quickly by Shane Benfell. Did Cam Geddes all ends up.
Yeah, go.
I was just going to say, fortunate for Vic Park as he'd lost control of the ball, but played into the foot by his own player, and they have a chance to go 2 goals up in his 4th quarter.
Thought it was really good by Jason Gabriel as well. He saw that space outright, wanted to go, and so he just took his defender out wide. He said, well, it's 4-on-2 at the moment. Let's make it 3-on-3, and we'll just go wide.
And often the hardest thing to defend is space. The bigger the space the attackers are running into, the harder it is to defend. So well picked up by yourself there. Here we go. Ben Taylor, leading goal scorer from penalty corners, shoots. Well saved again by Starkey. Finds Bates outside the dotted 5. Jams it back in, finds Pampling ahead of the goal.
Just a little bit too wide.
Christian Starkey did enough just to put him off balance there.
Such a good save once again.
Yeah, strong left hand. James Collins will restart this. Oh, he's worn a falcon on the top of the skull.
Up off your guys into the dangerous area.
He'll restart again. He's so dangerous going one-on-one, James Collins. He's got pace, he's got skill. He's a very talented young hockey player.
Nothing there. Easy free once again. They can just push forward. Inside now. Need this final pass to be a good one. UWA stay out of the way of the free.
2-0.
Goes straight in. Really well finished off there by Jason Gabriel.
Yeah, terrific work on the edge of the circle there by James Collins. You can see here on the replay. Just finds Hayden Vatikanis under the back shoulder, who does really well to get his feet around it. Squares it up for Gabriel, who beats Starkey, who's done really well to this point but couldn't hold that one out. And Vic Park now go 2 up with 8.5 minutes to go in the final quarter. And all of a sudden, UWA are scrambling.
Yeah, Kobe Green and Jack Leversich were just doing everything they could not to give away the penalty corner there, and ended up just giving Vic Park way too much space.
Bates will be in no hurry to take this.
He sent the ball boy on his way as well. Don't know where he sent him. So I don't want you anywhere near me giving me quick ball to feed.
And they'll be more than happy with that. A slight touch off Frank Main from UWA, and Vic Park will just be allowed to set up with a long corner again. They'll just get players up the field, take their time. There'll be no rush to score again here. It's all about protecting the back of their field, and he's tried to catch him off guard. Yeah, a few little mind tricks.
Trotting back and forth, Aiden Lowes at the top of the circle. He certainly wants this one to be 3-0. He's screaming for it just after coming off the bench. Vic Park trap wide, looking to buy time. Ball comes in.
Yep,
just diving all over it, Leversich. Oh, sorry,
well
no, Bowser.
Yeah, well won there by Hayden Vatikanis. You can see the contest here with Chris Bauza, who doesn't lose many of them. But it's fed direct in from Dane Richards. Good contest here, and Hayden Vatikanis just catches Bauza off balance. The ball hits his body on the floor, and it's another penalty corner to Vic Park, and an opportunity to make it 3. And you'd think if this goes in, it'd be close enough to game over.
7:39 on the stop clock remaining. Very similar setup.
Ben Taylor on the first battery. Tim Bates, who can also flick off the penalty corner on the second battery, with James Collins out here on the left-hand side. Dane Richards on the right. It's a pretty formidable lineup. See if they go to Taylor again. They don't. They go to Bates on 2, who swooshes to Taylor. Ooh. It's really well saved on the line there by Jacob Evans. The runner did enough just to get a stick on it to take a little bit of weight off the shot. Well seen on the post by Jacob Evans not to give away a penalty corner or a penalty stroke.
He seemed to read that the entire way. UWA, good tackle. And if it's now, it's not now, it's going to be never. By the seams of things, just trapped out wide, looking for a free, but really well tackled out wide.
He's done really, really well. Hayden Vatikanis once again getting down and dirty there in the attacking corner, and just been really strong on the ball, winning the ball and getting another free hit up in the attacking corner of the field for his team. And this just ticks away valuable time off the clock for UWA. Vic Park will be in no rush to take it. Collins on the ball. He'll play this forward to Richards. And they'll just be happy to win another free hit here or keep the stick on their ball. And he's won a free hit again. Again, the time just ticks away. It's valuable front half possession in UWA. They're the ones pushing the ball over the sideline.
Yeah, this is just all class now. You're starting to see the experience of Vic Park through and through. Dropping right out the back of this one. Absolutely an offering. Not much. UWA got to really take control of this game. Put on an aggressive tackle.
They've got to find a way to get the ball back here.
Across the back, slow release. Nothing on offer, James Collins. Now it goes inside once again. Unable to finish off this time, Dane Richards.
Bauza won't be wasting any time to take the free hit. Can they create something, UWA? They've failed really, apart from one single chance that Dom Herb was called into action. But you can see Fisher bursting forward on the right-hand side of the field here, loose without a player. But other than that one chance, I think at the end of the first half, which was a good save by Dom Hurd, they've just struggled to create any really clear chances, UWA, and it's been, I think, through a lack of skill execution more than anything. It's a fantastic ball over the top from Benfeld to find Kurt Sconey. We could be seeing the goalkeeper come off here for UWA, yep. So Paul Godoyne's pulled the trigger. He's put Kobe Green back onto the field. They'll play with 11 field players and without a goalkeeper for the final 5 minutes. Tick over 5 minutes.
Always
so this changes things, yep.
Always good to see. Leversich now sets up right wing. They can't waste too much time around the back here. They've stuck to their guns all night, UWA, and they need to keep pressing with the game plan. Bowser sets up through the middle. Green resetting. Now opportunity for Fisher to look forward. Top of the circle, just missed trap, but now straight through. Off the stick of Jacob Evans, just gets deflected away by the keeper. They'll win the corner.
Yep, another solid left foot by Dom Herb, but UWA playing forward quickly with their extra numbers and just getting the ball into the circle in a dangerous spot. And here they found an extra number through Kobe Green on the left corner of the D. He's just going to try and pick a foot out here, try and win a penalty corner for his team, but he can't do so. Well defended by Vic Park. Borza will get on the ball and take it quickly, no doubt.
You want to see him release that shot a little bit early at someone's foot. He bought a little bit too much time for mine.
Yeah, it's hard these days with the way they defend. They almost back off and just don't tackle because they're so afraid to give away a penalty corner, which is such a big penalty in today's game. So you see defenders just sitting off and waiting for the ball carrier to almost try and overdo something. On that occasion, Vic Park had the numbers around the ball to clean up the spillage. But they'll just try and shift and just catch Vic Park out here with an extra number. They'll try and overload one side, and here he is. They found Cam Geddes on the edge of the circle. This is dangerous.
Great ball. Just has to get it across. Flies up in the air. Penalty corner.
Yeah, the goalkeeper, Dom Hurd, left no option there but to come out and close the space. Cam Geddes in space, running along the baseline, spells danger. He's lightning quick, and he's got every skill in the book. So Hurd making the decision to come out and close down the space and just deflecting off his stick dangerously into the circle. And this is a good opportunity for UWA to pull one back.
Only just copped the elbow of Xavier Yem as well. It was almost all clear to play through.
Yeah. Potentially fortunate that it did, because if it was clean, they might have found the ball trickling into the back of the net. But I'm sure this will go to battery one, and I'm sure they'll give first look to Cam Geddes here. Penalty corner force. Scored multiple times at the Under-21 National Championships. It does go to Geddes. Let's hit the first runner. Once again, Benfeld doing his job really well, getting in the way of that direct shot. Wears one for his trouble, but marches back and will do it again. Very valuable skill, first running in penalty corner defence. They'll have another crack. It's Borza this time.
Nothing.
Shot. Just over the top, almost the exact one required.
Yeah. Again, poor execution of the penalty corner. Fisher left to take the direct hit and just goes above the backboard. Of course, the first shot on a penalty corner from a hit has to be backboard height or less. That one just skimming the net above the backboard, and Vic Park keep their 2-goal lead. 3 minutes to go. Richards going forward.
Great ball, but really well stopped at the back by UWA. How do they exit out of here? Not effectively, that's for sure. Vic Park, trap it wide. Want to play through Collins. Oh, just almost slipping over himself. Ben Taylor struggling to stay on top of things. Gives UWA another chance. Running down the wing. Daniel Timms, I should say, a skipper, just can't hold it in.
We can go with Tim Daniels too.
Don't mind
he
it.
wouldn't mind
Rolls
that
well.
one. No. This would just go to the far left or right corner, I would think, from Bates. It does. Goes over the top to Collins.
Good shot.
He just can't reach it. They need to find a way through here, UWA.
Can they drop another keeper? They've got another man they can bring on?
They can, but they'd probably result in a yellow card for their troubles.
Great ball down the side. Opportunity once again. UWA, they'll take the foot.
Oh, he should have taken it quickly too.
Bowser wins another one. Just need one of these to actually get in. Vic Park will stick the foot in front all day outside.
Does go in.
Benfeld with a bit of work to do. Bowser traps it, was low enough to play on. Sits corner, and Tim Bates will buy time. Wins foot. Oh, obstruction. Good call as well by the umpire. Trying to spin back around. James Royce gets the ball inside this time. They need to find someone just to flick this one on. Goulding, I believe, underneath. Didn't release the shot. And he's not happy. He needs to turn around, see what's coming back his way. Bates, big stick in the air. Danger, danger, danger. Heaps happening here.
It is. It is all happening. Golding can't believe that it's been stolen off his stick. He's appealing for a penalty stroke on the 7-yard dot because he thinks while he's about to shoot that he was challenged illegally here. You can see his stick on the ball. Ben Taylor comes in and wins the ball. Harry Golding thinks he's been stick checked in the process of trying to score, so he's calling for a penalty stroke. Meanwhile, the ball comes off Bates' stick. raised in the air. Frank Main's about to take a wild swing in it.
Just on my whistle, please.
UWA have a penalty corner to show for it. Vic
Minute
Park
and
are
a
unhappy.
minute and a half left to go. You think, Gordon, I know what he's trying to do, but you just got to turn and go there. You just got to have a crack.
Goal. They've got everyone up on the D here. UWA, all 11 field players, and once again,
Miss it.
oh, well, they're just going to breathe. Probably,
Use the ball, guys. Don't mess around here,
well,
please.
you're probably right and wrong in both circumstances there. They had 2 or 3 players ahead of the ball on the halfway line there, with UWA having all 11 players up on the edge of the circle. Shane Benfield could have popped it over the top, and they're probably walking into another open goal, but at the same time, he's more than happy 2-0 up just to waste a bit of time and play slowly.
Leversic, right wing, has to get this one inboard. Bates does really well. Need a deflection underneath. Stays in field, trying to flick it in. Just not quite there. Matthew Fisher just needed to trickle this one over. They get ever so close again, UWA.
Yeah, Leversic feeding the ball in here.
I don't know who it was. It was green.
Goes past Timms. Royce feeds it into Jackson Geddes right in the mouth of the goal. Goalkeeper out.
It was Geddes, not Fisher, 23,
Hit him in the
25.
body. 30 seconds left.
Big Park should just roll it out from here.
He's done really well, Vaticanus. And Gabriel will be happy just to take this to the corner and waste time. He'll be more than happy just to soak the seconds up here. And this will be a fantastic win for Vic Park. And a much-deserved win too. They've been the better team over the course of 4 quarters. They've created the better opportunities.
You run straight into him.
And they come away with a really important victory in terms of the ladder set up here. The game finishes as the final siren goes. Victoria Park 2, UWA 0.
Thought their pressure was just immense all night. We see that. It takes a class outfit at this level in particular. We're one of the highest skill competitions going around in hockey, but still at this level, to maintain your head, maintain your composure, not let a team like UWA, who wins so many games off that loose, fast play, trying to get inside your head, make you change your structure. And all night we saw we got on them for that first 12 minutes of the first quarter, where we said, you can't let UWA control you like that. They identified it, and from then on out, they were really just focused on one goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said to you at the start, UWA are a team that can score goals and score goals quickly, and that's what happened last time we played them. They hit 3 in the first 4 minutes, and we'd barely taken a breath. So it was really important early in the game for Vic Park just to weather that storm, play themselves into the game and make sure they didn't concede. And once they did that and they started to find the ball in the front half, they were much more calm, much more composed, and much cleaner on the ball, which is probably the biggest difference between the two sides, was just the ball quality of possession. And like I said, I think it's a really deserved win for Victoria Park and a pivotal one for the coming into finals.
Skill-wise, UWA, not their greatest outing tonight, but positive, negative, how do you feel about them all around? If they cleaned things up, do you think they had it in?
Yeah, well, I think that's the key. You know, they did a lot of hard work to get the ball back, but it was about what they did when they finally won the ball back, and more times than not, they managed to spit it over the sideline or just miss the trap or miss the pass, and it just allowed Vic Park to get, again, control of the game. And it's hard when you're a side like UWA to play quickly on the counter-attack if you're not sticking passes. So I'll look to work on that come finals time, I'm sure.
So final score here, Victoria Park 2, UWA 0. This has been Premier League hockey here on a Friday night at Perth Hockey Stadium. We've got some victors, we've got some losers. We'll leave you now. Tim, thank you very much for joining me up here tonight.
No problem, it's been a pleasure. Looking forward to the next game.
We'll catch you all next time.
Hello and welcome to Perth Hockey Stadium for this Friday night clash between UWA and Victoria Park in the Women's Premier League. We've just seen a classic encounter between UWA and Vic Park in the men's. Vic Park coming out victorious, 2-0 in a fiery clash that has ramifications for finals. Similar scenario here between the women's teams. We're in for a fantastic contest. Glad you're joining us this Friday night for the Women's Premier League Hockey. UWA set to take on Victoria Park.
Thank you very much down there, Tim Gears, our under-21 state coach at the moment. I'm Nick Neary up in the box at the moment. We just see the players finishing up their warm-up. They'll head in for their final chats in a minute. We'll run through the last week's results up on screen for you just now. As we see, UWA being victorious over Lions, 2-1. And Victoria Park 2-0 over Curtin, which was a classic game I got to watch last week. Really applying that pressure. It's already one victory to Vic Park tonight. They should be able to make it two if they play this one well. This one hotly contested. 4th versus 3rd on the ladder. As we bring it up now, Hale and Westside Wolves really holding that top position well. But both these teams with a game in hand, UWA can push this one up into level the leaders on top of the board. We move into the lineups for this evening. A couple of important ones for Victoria Park. Obviously, as always, their captain, Rachel Frusher, is going to be a menace for them this evening. Moving through a few others, Jamie Thomas, Harriet Collins, really try to push that core group forward. And Kate Lockley at goalkeeper. She's had an outstanding season. We want to see a little bit more out of her. Over into the UWA side. Right at the back as well. We will touch on the goalkeeper, number 1, Andrea Reinhardt. She's been fantastic. Well, been around this camp for a little while now. Sits around well, gets on well with Sarah Foster, the captain of their side, will be playing in 13 as well. And as we join into our box, we'll touch on UWA a bit later. Just coming from the men's game, Jason Gabriel, a good win for you and the boys.
Yeah, really important win for the context of our season, but as everyone would have seen, a really hard-fought game.
As we see the teams just in their final huddle on the field now, ready to go. Vic Park, you think you can go 2 for 2 here this evening?
Oh, look, hope so. This is a big game for our girls as well, with one game in hand. They're looking to close the gap on UWA, and then hopefully in their make-up game, obviously go ahead of them. But looking forward to a good 3v4 game.
Vic Park with the pushback, set and ready to go. Umpires all look ready and happy. Once again, your umpire, Logan Powell and Gregor Mayer. Logan Powell with the mic on for you, and just a loose carry out wide. Sarah Hasselham just lets that one go. Will be UWA to really set up this first attack. We see those contrasting styles once again throughout this. UWA will want to push this forward hard, fast, like we saw in the previous. It's going to be interesting to see this one plays out. The Vic Park team don't play similar to the men's. They really want to work things forward as well. So we could see some fast-paced action here tonight on a Friday at Perth Hockey Stadium. Down the right-hand side, really well done by Maddie Fenwick. Tries to get it inboard, but nicely trapped by Bella Ramshaw. Passing forward and with pace, Nessa Flynn pushes herself clear. Has two defenders covering across. It is the captain, Rachel Flynn, trying to get her, but she's inside now. Tries to get a shot on. Really well done by the Vic Park goalkeeper early here. Kate Lockley just saves that one early.
Fantastic run by Nessa Flynn. Look, probably would have liked her to do a little bit better with that result, maybe win a penalty corner, but really exciting from her, who one of 3 UWA players who've just been named in the Junior World Cup squad, the Australian under-21 team, looking to go to their tournament coming up shortly. So Nessa Flynn, one of those, and Brittany De Silva and Belle Ramshaw.
Great ball inside again. Still here for UWA. Now this time look to win a free, but it's going to come off the foot. The opposite direction. Nothing on offer this time. Vic Park just throw it away out wide. That's twice now. Probably can't blame Sarah Hasselham this time, but she's let one go wide. Only 2 minutes into this contest, but they're playing with a decent bit of pace early. I want to get involved. UWA look to go inside again. Deflections there. Defenders read it well. We're going to have a penalty corner. No?
Yeah, penalty corner, yeah. I missed a little bit of what happened there to earn the penalty corner, but a good early opportunity. Must have been a foot.
Thought for sure we had a foot, as you see on the replay again. There's just no reaction from UWA. No excitement. Worries me a little bit. You want to be up and about. That pressure early is vital.
Caitlin Paskov coming in, and there it is, just Rachel Frusher, just a mistrap onto her foot. good early opportunity here. Looks like Belle Ramshaw and Shelley Lidlow on the top of the circle.
They set real wide, fake it out, want to draw that width onto the right hand, right upright. And Harriet Collins just fends that one away nicely. Still corner. I'm not sure if that's thunder or fireworks over in the distance.
I'm hoping it's fireworks. I think we've had enough bad weather in Perth for a week.
Don't know, we've had 3 cold fronts through Perth this week. Been hammering us all week long. On Tuesday night, trying to get in here. Branches all across the road and everything.
Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant night to be playing hockey. Although tonight wasn't any better. Pretty cool out there tonight. Had to get warm for a long time.
Actually, just outside the Curtin campus, and it is about graduation time as well. So might be some graduates watching some fireworks as they receive their diplomas for the year. All happening here on Perth on a Friday night. Back of the stick. Going against O'Sullivan. Ramshaw settles things back and across. For Perry Polo, really controls this back line. Keen to see how she's going to bark the instructions at the back for UWA tonight. That loose one, not able to be brought in by Bates. Still able to hold onto the ball, UWA, but another loose pass. They have to fight to keep this one going, and they're going to get trapped with their momentum going forward. Advantage off the foot. Well played. Sits up for Mia Hulu.
Shelley Lidlow there just holding the ball quite nicely. Former hockey-roo, now plying her trade in the UWA women's first grade team. Very, very good striker.
Aerial ball, space claimed by UWA, even though they missed the trap, had to in the filter. Trying to keep this one under control once again. Mia Harlow wins the free, has to bring it back, and they got space out on the right-hand side if they can access it. Oh, it's just almost dangerous. Referee wants to play on. And eventually just brings it back for dangerous.
Yeah, they're not the ones that you want to get early in the game with your ball coming and jamming your finger onto the stick. I can tell you feel it throughout the whole game. Doesn't matter how warm you get. It's a painful injury to have quite early on. Especially
with the mercury sitting at 12 degrees at the moment. It just adds insult.
Absolutely.
Vic Park, patient. Looking for something to bite from this UWA defense. They get one shooter high, so they think they can attack back down the left. Sets up for the opportunity for Nadler. Tries to get it inside. Left behind. Chance to get a stick on it. No free one. Tulip has a crack at the goal and it's in.
Oh, what a finish. Got the deflection there from the UWA defender, but well done by Kayla O'Sullivan. Turned into the circle, able to draw the defender, get Alana Chillip away, and I believe that might be her first grade goal.
Oh, huge opportunity for her if it is. So many great youngsters filtering through the system, especially through this Commonwealth Games period. Lots of outs for lots of teams. Get to see a lot of talent come through the ranks. 1-0 to Victoria Park early with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, first foray forward for Vic Park and able to get a really good shot on goal, and obviously the deflection falls their way. So UWA be disappointed with that. They've had some good opportunities, but Vic Park go ahead on the scoreboard.
Tim Kears, down sideline. You've really got to like some of the action you're seeing early in this game.
Yeah, that's right, boys. And just to reflect what Jace was saying before about the weather, it is about 7 degrees, I reckon, from my expertise down here. And just a light drizzle of rain. Not playing too much of a part so far, but you can see the early pressure Vic Park have put on UWA and rewarded for their efforts. Coach Phil Holbert very happy when that goal went in down here on the bench.
Thank you very much to our WA under-21s captain, coach. I wish he was still that young. I bet he does.
We all do, don't we?
Ball's just out, left-hand side. Vic Park can settle this one in. If they can get too early here, it's going to be a mountain to climb. It's going to take UWA a lot of effort to get back in this. That's what this pressure brings in a fourth versus fifth showdown. Well stolen and passed through nicely, just off the foot of Harriet Collins. Couldn't quite keep that under control.
Great steal by Renee Rockcliffe. She's going to be really important for the Vic Park team tonight. Her and Captain Rachel Frusher leading the spine, I suppose, of the Vic Park team. both WA Thundersticks.
Nailed it. Aggressively trying to pass. Splits her two attackers. Ball's going to find itself out touch. Good fight, good contest. Butterworth, the beneficiary. This ball just trapped across the back by UWA. Trying to go forward, just off the stick, craftily done to get out of the way of that Michelle Harvey.
It's a good press by Vic Park. They're going in a fuller press, trying to put a pressure on the ball carrier as much as they can. Keep UWA on one side of the field.
Great transition. And this one's just going to be allowed to go deep.
One corner here for UWA. Another good opportunity for them to enter the circle.
Ramshaw tries to go inboard, just gets a lucky foot.
Inside.
Unlucky for some.
In. Right there, yeah, good.
Yeah, guys, Kayla O'Sullivan down here on the sidelines just said that thankfully it's not raining, which is a sure sign that it's going to absolutely bucket down any minute now.
You find yourself a little bit of cover down there, Tim. You'll be all right. Tougher than most as this ball comes inboard, just deflected off the Victoria Park defender. And the pressure's going to maintain. Long corner again. It's a good inboard ball by Shani Nelson. She's going to control things from here. Just needs to fix the positioning for the umpire. Ready to set and going out. Nothing on offer, so just dips this one back to Perry Polo. Ramshaw fires it down the side. They get the foot. Just biding their time here, UWA. Really want to be in control of where this ball goes next. Ramshaw tries to fire it in. Loose trap. Still available. Foot outside. Caught a deflection on the way in.
Yeah, just going to say, Nick, soaking up a lot of pressure here, Vic Park, and they're the turnovers you want. Just a mistrap there, unfortunately, from Rachel Frusher, but they've done well to win it back here again through Harvey.
Lots of pressure from UWA, and they win the free off the tackle. Didn't even believe it herself. Butterworth was running back against the flow. Gives it away immediately. Just touches that one down into the corner. 5 minutes to go in the first, and Victoria Park 1-0 up, but haven't escaped their half in a good 5-6 minutes now.
Yeah, like I said, soaking up a lot of pressure, and it could be some more to come. They've had the ball fall their way just a little bit in this occasion, and they get out to the open side of the field. But UWA will be disappointed they haven't made more use of their attacking pressure and ball use.
Saw this in the previous game, just relentless forward pressure. Eventually Vic Park, you guys were able to contain yourselves, slow things down, get over the top. Good chance down the right-hand side here. Sets up for O'Sullivan. Wants to fire this one in. It's flat and well stopped by Perry Polo.
That's a difficult one for the defenders to have to trap dead, the bobbly or the bouncy ball. So good result here for Vic Park, and they can put some forward third pressure.
Frusher didn't like the right-hand side. Wants to wheel it around. Sets up for the goal scorer, Tulip, out wide. Gets hard contact on herself and loses the ball. Strong tackle underneath.
Yeah, good tackle by Mihalu there. Known for being a really tough midfielder.
Looking aerial. Decides to go just across the ground. One-on-one. Vic Park put the pressure on the ball. Good free. One in the end by Gallagher. Vic Park just swarming ball, not letting him cross halfway. They don't want to be back there anymore.
Yeah, super important for them to put pressure on the ball carrier. That's what Coach Phil Holbert will probably want from his group, especially his forward group. Put pressure on the UWA ball carriers out of defence to really make it hard for them to find passes going forward.
Jamie Thomas looks down the right-hand side. Deflection into the side. For Thomas to set up again. Sub comes on through Nalda. Didn't get the ball. Intercepted nicely once again, though. Vic Park really running some good channels at the moment as soon as UWA get ball in hand. Thomas again. Looks for the sideline. Wins it down the sideline again and wants to play this one quickly. Just goes inside and smartly pulling back out. Matty Fenwick, been great this year. Wants to keep pressing on. Jamie Thomas again from the right-hand side. This pass not quite getting there. Kayla O'Sullivan tries to tackle on. Referee says no thanks.
Much better ball retention there by Vic Park in their forward half. Weren't able to get the execution into the circle, but they'll be much happier with how they move the ball there.
Good skills. De Silva takes it inside. Trying to keep things under control. Little O. And they play on quickly. No, just in front of the mark.
Well, I think they got lucky there, Vic Park. They were out the back. UWA called back.
Almost through. Just didn't quite have the spice on it to get to the extreme right-hand side. UWA still win it back and end up with a chance. They can fire this in from here. Just need to be clean. UWA at the top of the circle. Now inside. Backwards flick.
Just a dangerous shot there, but another good opportunity for UWA. Weren't able to win the penalty corner, which I'm sure they're going to want to do more often when they enter the circle. Unfortunately, the rebounded shot going high into a defender's body.
Good steal and skills from Gallagher to pass that one underneath. And come back for the foot that was way over the side. Will be Gallagher underneath it. 1 minute 15 left on the clock in the first quarter. Big Park strike early, but UWA territory, but nothing clean really at goal thus far. Good ball down the right-hand side. Another opportunity similar to the last. They try keep it alive. Was there a foot in there? Play on the call. No, it was a foot. We'll have to see a penalty corner after all.
Yeah, it might have been a foot or a dangerous ball out, but much better. Good turn inside by Bates. Good bobbly ball coming in, and I think it was maybe this dangerous ball here that may have led to the penalty corner, but much better pressure by UWA and get the outcome they were after.
We'll try to do better. Off this penalty corner from the first. Rain picks up its pace a little bit here. Might have been onto something. Gears on the sideline. Looks like the setup here. Shelley Lidlow set. If they pass off, not quite. Go low. Wasn't quite there for Ramshaw. Had a look.
Well done by Harriet Collins standing on the post. It's a really important spot to stand, and it can be a dangerous spot for the drag flick. Ball coming at your body, and that's sometimes the preferred side for drag flickers. So well done by blocking that one low on the ground.
Little finessey touch by O'Sullivan. Tries to keep it alive down the left. It'll run away. 20 seconds to go here. And for UWA, just want to keep this one away. O'Sullivan applies the pressure, but looks like that'll wrap up the first quarter. Most are already heading over to the bench. Siren sounds and over we will go. So a very successful first quarter off the, not much attacking there for Victoria Park. They lead this one 1-0 over UWA.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that, Vic Park. They didn't have really good ball control and ball possession in their front third, but one shot, one goal, you'll take that every day of the week. So really good start for them, and but you feel UWA will continue to push and press and be more vital in their, more pivotal in their front third.
We'll jump down now into the Victoria Park huddle.
Managing it really well in that deep defence. Yep, we've soaked up a bit of pressure there, so I'm happy with how you're doing that. Making sure that on our outlets we're clearing out the space on these sidelines and you can roll onto it forwards. Yep, so get out and then come back in. Just a little bit of things, so this is them in the back four. Just watch that this central striker, so Kayla on that last one, you're too far over, and then they pass here, and then look at all that work you've got to try and do to get right across. What I want you to do is be more central, be on this side in between these two fullbacks, right? So this person's managed this one. When they go back there, you can do that. And you can hook lead, this one can then get higher. Yep. Otherwise you're just like this. They make that pass, and then this is just a 2-on-1. and this person's just basically under the pump, pretty cooked. Yep. So even if this one's more aggressive there, that one's there, and that covers three. That makes sense?
Yeah, boys, Phil Holbert relatively happy with his team leading into the second quarter. Just speaking a little bit about having better structure when they're pressing with their central striker, so not to get dragged all the way over to the ball side and then have a lot of chasing to do. Then when they've got the ball going forward, he's asking his strikers just to hold in a little bit and leave the pockets of space down the sideline to pop the ball into. But overall, Phil Holbert really happy with the start his side's made. Victoria Park leading 1-0 over UWA.
Thanks very much, Tim. 15 minutes to go before half-time. It's going to be interesting to see the way UWA come back out, handle this one. Clear and concise messages for Victoria Park, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to expect UWA, what they traditionally do is start with the 4 traditional defenders at the back and push either Bell Ramshaw or the 400 gamer and Shaney Nelson into the midfield. So I'm going to expect them to do that a little bit more in this quarter and really put Vic Park under more pressure.
Nice little nutmeg by Paskov, but ends up turning it over in the end. O'Sullivan with a good little touch inside. Sits here for O'Sullivan to come back onto it. Inside ball, great, what a shot. Just keeping that out so well.
Oh, fantastic save by Reinhardt. It was brilliant play by Vic Park up the right-hand side. Great steal initially, and Harriet Collins and Kayla O'Sullivan down the right. Getting the ball across to Maddie Fenwick, but Reinhardt coming out, clearing the ball and winning the free hit for her team. Fantastic goalkeeping.
Sullivan did so well to stay alive in that play the whole way. Unlucky for Maddie Fenwick once again. Vic Park to build off this early momentum. They could have gone 2 for 2 early in both quarters. This one sets up for Hasselham, who just loses it. Good tackle underneath from Butterworth. Tries to get it outside. Rockcliffe takes that from underneath. They're sitting at the top of the circle. Rockcliffe will have another crack at this and turn just on the inside. Fakes the defender around 3-on-1 and manages to win the free.
She did well there. Was surrounded by UWA defenders. Well done to win the free hit.
Come out to the right-hand side. Frusher here will assess the options. Wants to get that free person over in the right-hand corner, but just loosely carried, and Paskov can capitalise. Buys time. Through the legs. Ball comes inside. UWA a little bit more extra pressure. And off O'Sullivan in the end.
Good attack on the ball there by Nelson. Harriet Collins scored 9 goals for Vic Park this year, and she's a specialist in getting in those positions in front of the defender. So well done. Great experience by Nelson.
That was an outstanding passage of play down this right-hand channel, boys, between O'Sullivan, Collins and Madison Fenwick there. Phil Holbert, he was already up in arms celebrating, I think, before the goalkeeper had saved it. Came straight over to the commentary box and said, you have to give that one a plug. That was nearly the goal of the season. So exciting stuff down here on the boundary line.
Yeah, well, without goal of the year, sometimes we get save of the year. That one's got to be up there. Lots of pressure, lots of momentum coming directly in the face of the keeper. And to be able to deal with that, you're going to get your job next week, that's for sure. Vic Park need to steal this one. Setting up just outside their own 25, and Frusher just looks for the safety of the line and cops a stick on the way through. Good net result, Vic Park. Nothing on offer, so they look for the line again. Flynn just gets in the way. Just hammering balls at these UWA defenders, trying to get them to take a backward step, but they've stood in the face of fear and win the turnover. Great tackle from the side, and then intercepted really sharply by Bates. Hasn't got anything out on the right. They're going to have to circle back around here, but a loose carry forces the forward press to go on. Now able to settle behind things. Ramshaw with a good ball. Just almost tripping over it was Sarah Foster, and then knocked like loosely handled by Heron out wide over the baseline.
Another good press by Vic Park, forcing UWA to play up the sideline and getting their defenders or their right fullbacks or left fullbacks in front of the UWA attacker, putting them under a lot of pressure. So it's going to be the key for them this game for Vic Park, getting pressure on the experienced ball handlers of UWA.
A ball from Harriet Collins just runs the distance.
Sometimes a tactic too, Nick, to get the ball out of the area and then press really hard and try to steal it up in your front third.
See, they've got 6 all pressing this front line from UWA. They really want to get this turnover that's just eventuated. And Collins will get another look at it now further down the field. Fires it down for Maddie Fenwick to inboard again. Was it a foot? Just stick? Just stick.
No, you're right. I didn't die. Get that.
Emma Reid on the 25. Well blocked. UWA keep alive, deep in their own half. Ball comes in this time.
Didn't quite move 5 yards there from Emma Reid, looking to hit the ball into the circle. So the ruling in the front 25 is that you need to move the ball 5 metres or 5 yards before you can play the ball into the circle.
Big difference between 5 metres and yards.
There is, yeah, and I think most players teeter on the line of probably yards when it probably should be metres. It's always maybe 4.5.
It's like the classic golfer would tell you how far his drive was in yards, even though he measures in metres.
Yeah, correct.
Set up in midfield. UWA just trying to get ascendancy over this contest. Going to ground was Frusher. Unable to keep control of it out wide, I believe Lucy Hills. They stay alive, and if it is Hills, she's got ball back again down wide, just lets it go.
Oh, you just got to be able to make those traps. That was a really good opportunity there for UWA. Sorry, open receive into the circle, and you're able to play a teammate in. So another golden opportunity missed for UWA.
Hard line ball, only partially intercepted. Trying to keep it in, not quite there for O'Sullivan. Perry Polo had a good first quarter. That one just goes through underneath. Can confirm this time it is Lucy Hills.
It's exactly what Vic Park want, hitting the ball down the line. Oh, it's a great trap.
Really well done. Opportunity once again for the dangerous Harriet Collins just to flick this one forward. Inside they look. Not quite there yet. No free given. Referee wants to see this play out. Long corner.
Well done again by Nelson. A couple of chances there were there to give away the penalty corner, but just an experienced head, I should say. Just getting her body out the way and giving away the long corner instead.
Rockcliffe for Reid, who tries to go forward. And penalty goes UWA's way. They let off again. 8 minutes to go in the second. Across the back for Ramshaw. Ball's just out a little bit too far in front of Perry Polis. I had to take a second to control things. And this one's just a bit pressured off.
Going to be interested to know what the UWA coach, Simon Tiberius, is going to say to his team at halftime. They've had a lot of good opportunities to get forward. Just the last little skill execution is hurting them a little bit.
We'll trap this time in defence.
We see it again.
Just this lack of transition from this point here, even the pass previous. Similar to in the men's game we saw you playing before. Really good at winning the ball back, but then that rushing, which is clearly a game plan, and that's fine, but knowing what we actually want to achieve while pushing up the ground is just that last link they're missing.
Yeah, it's a really tough one. You get caught playing, forward all the time, but sometimes it's good to just hold the ball, keep possession, especially when it keeps going end to end. It can turn into a bit of a basketball game. So you want to slow the ball down and allow your teammates to sort of work up with you.
Allows full forwards like yourself to actually catch a breather every now and then.
Yeah, not much catching of breath as a striker when you're full pressing these days.
Good ball. Did well to stay in control. Pass just coming away at the hinges as UWA steal it back through Flynn and press forward once again. Flynn. Not Flynn. Now for Flynn. Can get this inside the circle. Spins around the backside. Tries to flick it. Not there.
Not sure. It might have been a back of the stick shot that may have been missed there, but not called. So
just
play
the
on.
way it came off.
Yeah, you see the ball. It goes in a bit of a loopy sort of action when the ball when you hit it with the back of your stick. So just missed there, unfortunately, by the umpire, but no harm done for Vic Park.
Down sideline with Tim. Are you seeing much of the same that we saw in the men's game here from UWA?
Yeah, just struggling to create really clear opportunities, and it's probably a good thing that that ball didn't go in the back of the goal. Otherwise, Phil Holbert might have been on the pitch himself. Very clearly pleading with the umpire to call back of the stick, but as UWA stick on ball in the circle, and once again, resolute defence from the Vic Park girls, and just struggling to crack the code here, UWA, but the longer they stick at it, the more the gaps will open up, which I think the coach, Simon Tiverios, will be communicating to his players. Just stick with it. The longer we have the ball in the front half, the more pressure the opposition will be under and the more chances we'll be able to create.
Back at the stick, this time lofted once again. 5 minutes 20 on the clock. Opportunities are brewing at least this time. They've got 2 or 3 shots off since we said they weren't getting enough shots off.
Yeah, certainly. Probably won't be happy that they haven't made the Vic Park keeper, Kate Lockley, make a save, but it's coming. And as Tim said, they're just going to keep building away and building, and it will crack.
Now officially 5 minutes to go before we reach the halftime break. It's Ramshaw just on the sideline. And particularly DePerry Polo across the back. They'll complete the full transition for Bates, who just can't keep it in board. Sets up a nice little position for Maddie Fenwick to drive it down the right-hand side. Tries to spin them all out of control and cops just that little foot on the way through. She's done well there.
Good little spin move. See, sometimes people go the full 360, but sometimes, or mostly I should say, to no avail. So winning the free hit for a team, well done.
Michelle Harvey copped a lot of defensive pressure, almost gave it away, and then a little bump from Emma Reid just gives that one away.
It's not the ones you want, just a little hip, a leg or a hip-to-hip sort of contact. Be a little corky there for Shelley Lidlow, hopefully not too serious.
Just caught leg in behind leg, tripping over calf. Another one nearly goes over on the far side while we're in the replay. Good bit of contact here in the non-contact sport.
You just love 2 players attacking the contest, don't you? It's great to see.
Great ball down the left-hand side. Harriet Collins looks up in front of her, buys time, wants to get inside the circle before progressing. And a smart little foot just in the way, Felicity Gallagher.
Yeah, good result. You'd want to keep this front third pressure. Anything can happen when you've got it in your front part of the field.
Alana Tulip spins inside, wins another free.
Yeah, good.
Has been good. And good stat as well. If that's her first Premier grade goal, it looks like she's likely for many more in the future.
Yeah, fantastic player coming through the Vic Park junior ranks. I think she's 17 at the moment in her final year at school. So fantastic to see her out there representing Vic Park, and hopefully many more to come for her.
She's a Vic Park player in residence. She might be hearing those fireworks at Curtin in a few years' time after doing uni if she so chooses to go. Vic Park, 2 minutes 55 on the clock. Looking to double their lead before we head into the break. Looks more certain. Emma Reid tries to fling that one forward, just not controlled by Harriet Collins, but it was a hard challenge. Umpire rewards the work that she did to get there. Inside, Fenwick wants to play on, had a look.
Oh, I'm not sure. I can see Phil Holbert on the sideline just scratching his head on that one. Would have liked probably the advantage there.
It's great steal.
Well done by Flynn.
Probably been the best of the UWA so far.
Yeah, she's very quick striker and looks super dangerous when she gets the ball. Very skillful. Probably want to continue to get the ball in her hands.
Unable to control it to Silva down the left.
Asa Flynn, one of the 3 I mentioned earlier, was named in the Australian under-21s Junior World Cup team, squad I should say, today.
Just amazing to see the amount of high-level hockey that comes out of this great state, and the amount of great hockey that comes here is to play against us.
Oh, it's fantastic. I believe there was 11 WA athletes altogether across the men and women's squads. So with WA finishing second in the women's and first, obviously, in the men's, with Tim leading the way. But fantastic result for the Junior World Cup and obviously WA hockey.
Fenwick tries to stay really tight and in control. Wins the free as well. That time not going 360, just 270. Got her enough angle to press forward. Thomas Looks inboard, no deflection. Fenwick could have just got underneath that one.
Or not, got caught under Reinhardt's foot there, and she just tried to kick it away. Vic Park players pleading with the deliberate kick over the back line. You can hear Logan Powell just letting Harriet Collins know. He's let her know a couple of times to stop asking questions.
Great steal. Keeps Vic Park alive. Just the pass, too far for Reed to bring in. 40 seconds to go in the first half. It's about all the time UWA need to create an opportunity with the way they like to press on. But do they want to give a chance to give up the ball? Which is exactly what they've done. And a little obstruction over the top gives Michelle Harvey a chance to leave it behind for Reed.
That's a good ball.
Big chance down the sideline. The late inclusion 49. We'll try to get it halftime for you. 2 balls on, 10 seconds to go. Vic Park got to get this in if they want to have one more look at this. Ellie Nadler goes backwards. Someone's got to feed this in. They get a foot, need to play it in, play on, dangerous. And nothing there. That'll be the halftime siren sounding and the halftime score. Victoria Park 1, UWA 0. It's been a very successful half for both teams, but just that first early goal gets Vic Park ahead.
Yeah, certainly. UWA have certainly looked the better team in the attack, but it's all about results in your circle, and Vic Park have that result.
Yeah, we'll just grab Shani Nelson here from UWA. She walks down to the corner for her team's halftime chat with their coach, Simon Tavares. Shani, tough first half. You're going 1 goal down. What's your assessment? You've had a bulk of the play.
I feel like we're trying to rush maybe a little bit around the pitch. So I feel like we need to get maybe our strikers a little bit higher to stretch. So that'll give our pretty talented midfield a bit more space to work in. And I just feel like we've been hitting it and they've been intercepting going into the circle. So we have to change things going into the circle a little bit.
Beautiful. Good luck. Thanks for the second half. Good luck for the second half, I should say. There you heard from Shani Nelson. She thinks she's had a lot of the play, but she's asking her strikers to get better ball into the circle. They're finding too many Vic Park sticks heading into the circle. So a little bit more cleanliness going into attack for UWA should create some better chances. On the opposite side, I think Vic Park will be happy with the way they've started this game and going 1-0 up against UWA.
Thanks, Tim. That's all we have for you in this first half of Premier League hockey for the women's. We'll head into a short break and we'll be right back with some more action just after this.
Welcome back to Perth Hockey Stadium, where it's currently 1-0 to Victoria Park over UWA in the Women's Premier League. Vic Park taking in a lead to the second half. We just heard from Shani Nelson from UWA, who thought they had a good chunk of the ball, but just asking for more cleanliness going into the attack from her attacking players. I'll be interested to know what Simon Tiverius had to say to his side. Phil Holbert went in happy to the first quarter break, and I'm sure he'll be looking to extend on this lead early in the second half.
Thanks there very much, Tim. A big second half of Premier 1 hockey right here in WA on a Friday night. Mercury's held off. The rain is still holding off, but 1-0 Victor, 1-0 lead at the moment. Vic Park looking in firm control here.
Yeah, it's been a really great game of hockey, really tight as you expect, really finals-like, because essentially both of these teams are in finals contention at the moment. So expect another tight contest in this second half, and hopefully we can get a few more goals. But if not, going to see some great hockey.
UWA pushes back. Don't want to play with this one at all, so they're just going to whack it forward, win the deflection. Ball boys ambitiously throwing that forward, and they're going to take every single metre they can, UWA, off that mishap of the ball kid. Great push down the left-hand wing. All set up here for De Silva to try get one in. Tackle's fantastic by Rachel Frusher, though.
Yeah, guys, just picking the brain of Shane Benfeld down here on the sideline, who's, of course, the assistant coach for the Vic Park women and the captain of the men's team. And he had 3 very clear points for his side. Take more time on the outlet, keep feeding the midfielders, and continue to press high up the field.
It's great intel down sideline there, Tim, and Benfeld probably would have very same messages for you while you were playing, Jace.
100%. It's a bit of a mantra for Vic Park hockey, and look, if you can do it well, it doesn't matter which team you are. It's certainly going to be to your benefit.
Something you can build, though, throughout a club as a whole. If you can get an identity as a club and the way you want to play, it actually becomes an attracting value where you don't just move clubs for fun. You go, well, actually, this is how I want to play, so I might actually consider leaving all my mates, move clubs, because I like what they got going on down there. It's good to see all of them trying to get on the same path. This one just trapped outside. Free for Vic Park. Need to move this one around first. Just spinning on the inside, Nadler.
Ooh, I think that's come up there. Looked like it come up off Kayla O'Sullivan's stick, and I think it may have hit her right in the chin or the nose, it sounds like.
It's cold enough as it is as well.
Oh, yep. It's come straight up and hit her in the nose. So hopefully, it seems like there might be a little bit of blood. I'm hoping she has her mouth guard in.
Yeah, seems just to be clutching right around the bridge, so hopefully it is just nose only.
It's one of those common ones in hockey where you just don't have enough reaction time to be able to get out the way, and that's how quickly it can shoot up off a stick and hit you. And it's normally nose or chin or eyebrow. They're the more common ones, whilst you're trying to actually try to get out the way. So we're hoping nothing major for Kayla O'Sullivan and she can return.
She's been fantastic in the first half as well, so a big out for the minutes that she will be gone for Vic Park. Just trying to circle around. Good win here for UWA.
It looks like she's just copped one in the bottom of the nose here, boys. So she's got the bandages up to the nose, so there could be a bit of blood there and the ice packs going on. Just picked the brain of Simon Tiverius, the coach of the UWA side, and his main point was just to bring some energy to the game when they get the ball and go forward. So a bit the same as they enter the circle here. I'll just pause, but a bit the same as what we were discussing in the men's game. His main message for his side was just to bring the energy when they've got the ball. You know, just feels like his side's a little bit flat at the moment.
Fenwick doing all the heavy lifting there. I was surprised not to see. I was surprised the advantage played on. I thought we had a foot UWA. It looked like they wanted to play away.
Yeah, not quite sure. Obviously, nothing there for the umpire to actually call, but they ended up winning the free hit in the end. But great steal and great turn by Maddie Fenwick to open the field, and just couldn't get it through to Chloe Blight, who is making her debut for Vic Park tonight. So well done, Chloe, and welcome to the Vic Park club.
Emma Reid just cops the deflection. Calls the heads for all the fans in the stands here tonight on a Friday night.
Making him work.
And Reid again. Takes a look around. Deflection comes off Vic Park. Harriet Collins, the deflector. Gives UWA ball right at halfway. 2-player press. Puts her in the spot of bother. Turnover once again. Rockcliffe can just fire it out the right-hand side. A nice trap here will get them into an important position, but couldn't control it out wide. Ellie Nadler.
Good passage of play, though, for Vic Park. That's what they want to do. They want to make the turnover, get it to the opposite side of the field where all the space is, and then attack the circle.
Great shuffle through the middle of the field. Harvey just drops it back. Nalda tries to go back for Harvey, who got wrapped up in her own stick. Shoulder-on-shoulder contact. Referee seeing it in favour of UWA. Take a look around. I'll recycle through the back. Ramshaw just looks around.
UWA with the three defenders at the back trying to send that extra one forward. Vic Park able to counter and press it very well.
Yeah, they've got that extra player forward, but no option. Clear and obvious. They've managed to get through on this occasion, but it's that first inboard ball they can't see. Penalty corner.
Great run by Flynn, just carrying the ball in the air. The very impressive 3D or lifted skills, getting to the circle and putting it on a foot, winning her team a penalty corner.
Very important to start converting opportunities like this. UWA to stay in touch as we look at Flynn one more time. Just a great change of directions. Really going to catch both defenders on their heels.
Oh, when you're as quick as her and you change directions and run at space, it's very hard to defend. So well done to Nasa Flynn, and gives her team an opportunity.
The good part of the dummy there, kept her shoulders in the same direction, let the ball change and kept the defenders running. Good set here. 2 taps at it, defended on the line. No, foot there.
Oh, a bit controversial. So the decision from Logan Powell was that it was a penalty stroke, which means it's hit Harriet Collins, the Vic Park defender's foot, without the goalkeeper behind her.
In front. I thought there was a separation, but is...
No, so the deflection came and hit her leg, but it was going wide. So the deflection was going wide.
Is this corner?
Corner.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a question. It's all right. It's corner.
So change of decision. Great communication there by the two umpires.
That's why I was asking the question.
As you heard, the deflection came in and it hit Harriet Collins' foot, but was going wide of the goal. Wasn't
Green, straight back, please. It's a real one.
Very good comms by Gregor Meyer just to come in. Soothing South African voice just says, I've seen this clear and obvious and I'm happy to make a call for you.
Yeah, it was well done by Logan Powell as well, just to ask his fellow umpire. So good umpiring all around.
Set again. They fake it, go out left, and just a dangerous hit.
Yeah, probably won't be happy with that one, UWA. The hit has to be at the backboard height. And unfortunately, that one just too high and giving the free hit out to Vic Park.
Foster, I believe the skipper it was, taking that shot.
The other question with that penalty stroke, boys, would have been, was the goalkeeper behind the player whose foot it hit, had it been going on target, which I think was the main point that the Vic Park bench were making, and probably the one that Harriet Collins was trying to make, was that she was stood on the post in front of the goalkeeper, which means if it had hit her foot and the goalkeeper was behind her, she wasn't the last defender.
2 balls.
Perfect, Tim. I thought exactly the same, but I guess the deflection was going wide anyway, so it probably didn't really matter. So I can tell you, there wouldn't have been some happy Vic Park coaching staff if that had been that had stayed as a penalty stroke.
Frusher with a great ball for Rockcliffe, who tries to take them all on with wheels.
Their connection's been really important for Vic Park. Frusher into Rockcliffe and her ability to get forward. It's a good receive by, I think it's Brittany De Silva.
Yep. He keeps fighting on out wide. Do well to win a free hit or keep it in here. Does really well to Silva. Wants to charge through with this. They've been taxed a couple of metres by the umpire there as well, but it's just a good, better call to make halfway.
Allows the Vic Park defence to get back and set up. It's sometimes not what you want as a player, but they're able to get forward here through Foster. It's a great tackle by Collins.
Fenwick again tries to shuffle it out wide. That leaves Collins with a bit of work to do.
Just a bit of miscommunication there, but it's exactly what Coach Phil Holbert of the Vic Park team will want. Reverse pressure, chasing from his strikers. Jess Butterworth comes forward.
Tried to body her opponent out. Ends up losing touch. The ball in front of her, objective number 1.
You can probably see a lot of green shirts in the way there, and means Frusher had to force a pass through, which now makes this turnover. Unfortunately, Ramshaw's pass just couldn't connect with her teammates, and it goes over the sideline, back line, sorry.
Are you getting worried if you're Vic Park at this point? UWA are building to something here. It's only 1% every minute, but if you don't stop the momentum soon, all of a sudden they're in real danger.
Yeah, look, I think Vic Park is still backing themselves to win the ball higher up the field, and they are pressing very well at the moment and making those turnovers. So they've got the lead, so there's nothing really for them to change. They're defending quite well at the moment, and I think it will break open if they have one sort of slight missed defence, or I suppose a defence that is lacking a little, but they're confident that they can still have their results as well. As they're not happy with this decision as well.
Why?
That's been
the corner is because she's run directly and poked it directly at the baseline.
So that's gone.
Yeah.
You can hear the conversation.
I wasn't sure. I didn't call it, so I.
You told me it was he called a 16.
Yeah, I thought he had. I wasn't. He might have had his hands up. I don't know. I don't know what he called. I honestly got no idea what he called. Yeah.
Not happy there.
I have a chat.
Vic Park captain Rachel Frusher. So it was called for being deliberately played over the back line by Jamie Thomas.
Yeah, I understand that.
The umpire's decision was that she poked the ball, and there was really no other place she could go, so deliberately trying to poke it towards the back line. So that was the decision made by Logan Powell.
It was outside the 25, actually, but...
Another opportunity for UWA. Shelley Lidlow on the top of the circle.
Great shot.
And that's clinical. That is a super finish. We don't see the hit very often in modern hockey, but when we do see it, it is clean and it is crisp. And Shelley Lidlow, who has scored a few of those goals this year for UWA, puts them on the scoreboard, and it is now 1-1.
It really starts to heat this game up now with under 7 minutes to go in the third. Really well fought, just going out of bounds. Would have liked to see that play on for the effort.
Just let her first trap just get away from her there, Flynn, but she didn't. She was out.
You just hear the communication level just step up from both teams here now as well. The kettle's on.
It's a dangerous ball from Hasselham.
Fighting well through the hole. Once again, UWA on the charge through Foster. Has options in and behind, but she's looking for the free. Inboard, just hits the left upright.
Oh, that's a fantastic deflection by Caitlin Paskov. Just getting in front of her defender. Great pass by Foster. The deflection towards the net, just hitting the right-hand post.
Inside again, just trying to go forward. Flynn didn't want to let it come out. She's hurt herself in the process. Gets back up now. Intercepted nicely, UWA. Mountain of pressure, advantage. Well played by the umpire. There's nothing coming off it.
Just a little body check there from Jess Butterworth. Gives Vic Park the free hit out, but fantastic deflection by Caitlin Paskov just before. Unlucky not to millimetres to the right, and it would have gone in.
You can feel the tempo of the game has just lifted up a notch, boys, down here on ground level, and we just had Madison Fenwick subbing back on the field, and her comment was that it feels like a really fast tempo game. And I feel that just even before that UWA goal has gone in, the tempo's just lifted, and they're really on the march now. I'm sure Simon Tavarius is really pleased with the way his side's responded in this second half.
De Silva wanted to take the advantage of Reid being out of position. You're 100% right there, Tim. We spoke about it in the men's UWA game as well, where once they get one, they want to get 2 and 3 quickly. They really hammer this tension home. Once they get a sniff, they want to score quickly. Reid.
It's been the UWA hockey style for a long time. It's just get forward quickly and attack. As O'Sullivan comes here down the left, great to see her back on the field.
Been on for a couple of minutes, just hasn't been any ball forward. Now they have the opportunity, but that ball just doesn't quite get the connection that it needs. A little foot in the middle of the field there. Vic Park have a little chance to look forward. Nelda goes wider. Chance to come in again. Plenty circling around, but tackled nicely. UWA composed at the moment. No one forward. So what's the option going to be? Do they just go hell for leather, or do they just miss the trap and buy themselves some time?
Oh, I think Nasa Flynn saw the space there, and she just wanted to knock it in behind to chase it, but wasn't able to connect. As the ball goes down to Kayla O'Sullivan again. They get a long corner here, Vic Park.
Set up here for Nauta.
Keeper's kicker was going that way. It's nicked the corner.
And a great chat there from the umpire, just to the coach of Vic Park.
From 20 metres away and poking it
Inside, O'Sullivan just looking.
Great run, great little run by Michelle Harvey, just opening the space and finding O'Sullivan. A shot well saved by Reinhardt.
Reed, so pivotal, setting up these attacks. All here again for Harvey. Wins the free, wants to push back, looks to the top of the circle. Now marked up, so this one goes over the top. It's going to come back outside for Harvey. Now we've already gone 5. We can go inside. Calling for frees both ways. Ends up in Nauta's hands.
Just no space, no players on the right except Hasselham for Vic Park, and that's why they have to go direct.
UWA turnover ball, but once again, nothing in front, so they need to buy a bit of time. They can flick this one back on the outside. Stolen, trying to go through Hasselham. Couldn't quite control it. Trapped. Vic Park's pleading for a penalty, even though they've got possession. They can keep working across for Reed, who looks to go through the midfield again. Flynn chases her down. They're all over her, but Reed stays strong. Finds the ball out the right wing, and they're going to press for corner. Just couldn't quite trap it in, Harriet Collins.
It's a good ball down the line. It allows Collins to, if she receives, to go towards the circle. Just couldn't make that trap as she was rolling forward, but much better play by Vic Park.
Little foot as we come up to the 2-minute mark in the third. 1-1. Lots to play for here on a Friday night in this Premier League hockey in WA.
Boys, as you've alluded to, Kayla O'Sullivan is back on the field, and I've just spoken with the manager for Vic Park, Pete Frusher, who says she's all okay. A little bit of a bang on the nose, she came off, but she's good as gold and back on the field.
Great to hear. Great to hear.
Just around the circle. Vic Park looking to make another entrance. Nauta was getting heaps on the left side. Now gets her stick trapped on the right. Just wants to play this one around and get it in herself. Was looking good, trapped nicely. UWA still loose around the ball. They can get this one forward from here and just relieve some pressure. They're really intent on running it up themselves. Flynn just loses it down the side, shoulder on shoulder. Still Vic Park ball. Would you like to see them just hammer it out of here eventually, relieve this pressure?
Yeah, probably. That's probably the ball we don't want to see from Vic Park, unless you've got a player leading into that space. And look, they probably should have been, but like to see them just get the ball on the other side, just hold it a little bit longer, and then work their way forward to be able to get a really good attacking entry.
UWA are allowed to have a bit of time. Defense rolls back a little bit. So it could be an opportunity. Good pass on the inboard line, just not quite there on the receive.
They press really well tonight, Vic Park. That's the type of turnovers they want to be getting.
Ramshaw just lets that one pass by. Reed again, draws a foot, wants to move on with it again. Intercept coming, and with a little bit of space in front. Can they get out of their own half this time? UWA just playing around with it. Butterworth. Flynn. We just settle once again and retreat. And had to run us in. I completely forgot about the clock and the situation we were in. 1-1 at the three-quarter time break. Victoria Park suddenly under a lot of pressure again.
Yeah, they came back a little bit better after that goal and were able to get those balls down the line for the likes of O'Sullivan and Harriet Collins to receive. And that's the type of style of play they want to be looking towards. They just soaked up a lot of pressure. So it'll going to be a really exciting last quarter here.
We'll dive now down into the UWA huddle, see the message for this final quarter.
Well done, guys. Okay, like we said at half-time, okay? Let's keep the energy and intensity in the game. Okay, when we switched it on, probably 5 minutes into that quarter, okay, we got on top. Okay, so Fozzie, great intercept, goal opportunity there. Okay, in the middle. Okay, let's keep the energy on this game, okay? The tempo on the game, all right? That's what I want to see. All right, so get a free hit. Let's get urgency to take it quickly, okay? Doesn't mean we rush, okay? We still run angles. We know what passes are going to be, but let's keep the tempo on the game, okay? Let's look to find ways where we can double team. So don't second guess yourself. If you think you can get in there and double team, have a crack, okay? And we're dispossessing. All right, there's some dangerous spots where I think we're just second guessing a couple of times. If you think you can have a go, back yourself, okay? Like we keep saying, okay? Every action has a reaction, all right? Let's cause the reactions, okay, positively. Have a go, okay? That's what we want to see. All right? Energy, urgency, passing the ball.
Pretty clear message from Simon Tiverius and the UWA camp heading into this fourth quarter. As we saw at the start of that second half, he demanded more energy from his team, more intensity, taking free hits quickly and going direct to goal. He doesn't want to rush, but he wants to get on the ball quickly, put some energy into the game, and that's what saw them cling a goal back there in the third quarter. So we'll see who comes out on top 1-1 heading into the fourth quarter.
And Tim, just before we let you go, feels like 11 according to the Mercury at the moment. Is it colder than that down there again?
It's just a really unpleasant little drizzle at the moment. The chill factor is at about, I'd say it's about 6 degrees at the moment, but there's just a really uncomfortable, annoying little drizzle, and hopefully it doesn't get any heavier than this.
Love your work, Tim. Your commitment to the team shown as always down tonight. 1-1 here. We're underway for this final quarter. Who's going to have the answers?
You can always trust the under-21 teams to try and play pranks on you. UWA's Campbell Geddes there, trying to call my phone in the middle of the team huddle for UWA at the third quarter there, trying to spring me off guard.
Always the professional Tim, I like it.
Didn't even have to tell him to put his phone on silent pre-broadcast. He's prepared, ready to go. You've only made your way through 2 bites of 2 cookies so far as well.
Yeah, thanks to our coach, Tim Bates, his lovely wife, who does some nice treats for the team after the game.
We've got plenty of action here. 14 minutes. We've wasted one of them. Vic Park in control of the ball, just inside their own half. And they need to keep working forward. This UWA offense needs to come together. You get the feeling that Flynn just needs a compadre to lead them forward.
Yeah, she's been probably the outlier for them at the moment, and she looks really dangerous, but it's their midfield that are looking to get on top. Foster, Butterworth, De Silva, all trying to get on top. However, it's Renee Rockcliffe who's really controlling it for both teams.
Rockcliffe decides it wasn't the time to go. Pulls the pin, sends it back. Sets up here for Emma Reid. Wasn't able to maintain control. UWA will have ball. Up 35 out from their line.
Phil Holbert laughing down here on the sideline. The umpire calling a foot, which has come off clean the middle of Emma Reid's stick. Gives UWA a sigh of relief.
You see De Silva, midfield, winner free as well. And intercepted nicely by Fenwick again. Wants to be involved. She wanted to take that as well. Emma Reid took it from her. This was a big important tackle to win, and Ramshaw did so well. Has been one of the pick of the defenders for the night.
That's the type of those little touches what the Vic Park team want, that really hard running by Maddie Fenwick, just to get a little touch on, just to create a little issue for UWA, almost winning it for her team. So that's really clever by Kayla O'Sullivan, finding Fenwick.
Fenwick could just push this one wider, sets up for Nalda again. O'Sullivan charges down the right-hand side. Will she be the first to the ball? Not quite. Loose trap, and they're going to have to just surrender into the corner here, UWA. Look for the free. Unable to get it. Was it kept inside? Jamie Thomas just wasn't able to keep that in the field of play.
Oh, I really like that from Kayla O'Sullivan. Really clever. You don't see that very often, but that's very clever hockey.
I was about to stick my hand out to collect the ball down here, boys. That was an extraordinary piece of skill.
Inside ball once again. Rockcliffe just controlling the pace. Has a rogue shot inside, looking for a weird deflection.
Yeah, just a bit too narrow there, the Vic Park strikers. You probably wanted one of them out a little bit wider to give Renee Rockcliffe the pass.
UWA escape their own half. Not quite yet. They got the free. Rain continues to gently tumble.
That's probably been a build-up of frustration by Harriet Collins.
Yep.
2 minutes for not being 5 yards away from the initial free hit. And unfortunately, a green card will see her sit on the bench for 2 minutes. So UWA with the ascendancy here number-wise. So expect them to really push numbers forward. put Vic Park under pressure. It's Frusher, fantastic trap, left hand. She's found the middle ball, really well done. That's what they're going to want to do for the next couple of minutes, just possess the ball.
Jamie Thomas launches one. Couldn't quite get it there for the debutant. Across the back. Nothing on offer here for Ramshaw. Has to just unload responsibility. It's going to get it right back. Now they can start to press forward. Good for Gallagher. Missed trap by both. Would have been a grand opportunity for the inside ball off Prada Heron.
They're the ones you just got to hold on to, especially when you've got the extra number. Really put pressure on the Vic Park defence because they're going to try and clear it out of their area as much as they can for the next couple of minutes whilst they're a number down.
Big opportunity for UWA to make sure of this one. Just give it away. 2 in a row.
I'd like to see them use this number ascendancy and just use their midfield to shorter passes a bit more. 2 minutes for Harriet Collins.
Good push down the line.
Oh, I'm not sure that went out. Kayla O'Sullivan just gave up on it a little bit. Of course, the ball on the line is still in hockey. It has to go all the way over that white line.
Good ball. Running out of time with the advantage here. Just struggling once again as we enter the middle part of this quarter. UWA have the ball in control. Can't quite capitalise and get opportunities at the goal.
As Collins comes back onto the field.
Yeah, and Phil Holbert just having a quick chat to Harriet Collins before she went back on the field, just making sure her head was in the game, warning her not to get sent off again.
It's a good warning to give.
Yeah, it's one of those games where decisions can be costly for your team, so you just have to play with some good discipline.
De Silva has to beat 3, ends up letting that one go. Great ball down into the corner, needed to go the reverse. Wasn't comfortable with it at all, Paskov. So Vic Park have escaped this. Now a first real chance to build something. De Silva, once again, wants to take them all on. Needs to just convert on the possession. Wins the free, takes it quickly, tries to play through. Was just onside Harriet Collins. Probably the 5 yards, not meters.
Yeah, she did well there. She held her space, and UWA were pleading. There were 2 Vic Park players who were within that 5-yard area, but they didn't tackle. Harriet Collins was deemed to be 5 yards away, so her tackle was okay.
Well held up. Not giving Emma Reid anything. Foot. Now the chance to play it on a little bit quicker. Once again, Rockcliffe is there to set it all up, but gives it away immediately. They have to shuffle back and around. Thomas looks lost, but then nutmegs their opposition. Tries to play forward, but De Silva gets on top of the ball. We've got a rule 1 for the Rocket League fans, stick-on-stick action.
I don't think you're going to win a indoor-style contest with Emma Reid, a national indoor player for Australia. And as expected, she wins that contest, but UWA come away again through Gallagher.
Flynn applies pressure to the ball, Rockcliffe. Can't hold on to it. She's just getting scratchy. Maybe in her head a little bit of how much work she's got to do herself for this side.
The rain just getting a little bit heavier down here on ground level, boys, as we head into the final 7 minutes. But you can just see how valuable front half possession is in this game, as opposed to the game before where you've got guys who can overhead at 60, 70, 80 yards. It just doesn't happen in this sort of game. So you can see how valuable having the ball in the opposition's defence is, because it just allows these teams to press and makes it really hard to get the ball out.
Great work, Timmy, once again. We set up Emma Reid. First chance of Vic Park in the 4 or 5 minutes since receiving that green card that they've got inside UWA's defensive half. Once again, Renee Rockcliffe fighting so hard She's got others up there. Maddie Fenwick pleading to be a part of this passage of play. She's got it now. Has a look at the goal. Wasn't Fenwick, but it's a goal nonetheless.
That is a fantastic trap by Harriet Collins on her reverse and a wonderful finish. Great ball in by Thomas, putting it in the space. Collins just sticking out her reverse trap and able to slap it into a corner. She's put her team ahead 2-1 and probably a great way to give something back to her team after getting that card. She has scored her 10th goal of the year, and that is a wonderful timing.
So good once again. Renee Rockcliffe just putting so much effort in for her side there. Leads to a goal off a great pass as well. Now Flynn doesn't like what's just happened. Looks to go through. Doesn't get the free she wanted. Great work by Jamie Thomas to win this and exit out of her own 25. Traps that one backwards looking for a free of her opposite number in Mihalu. Doesn't quite come off, but UWA get ball back in hand. The rain getting a little bit heavier once again. You just hear the roof getting trickled ever so slightly by the rain coming in. UWA, 5 minutes to go. Just can't get through down on the left-hand side.
Great tackle. Great tackle by Haslaham. Long levers. As UWA come around again through Popoli to Bates. Harriet Collins just facing her. Well done by Bates, but a bit too far. Good read by Harvey. But it's UWA's ball.
Big game to win this for both sides. UWA were within fingertips of top of the table if they won this game. It's going to really set things up for Vic Park if they can take this one away. Top four is going to get interesting. Flynn has a little break, needs the contact, goes across, on goal, not there.
No.
Needed to be better, Lucy Hills.
Oh, she just needed to trap it and push it in the corner. She just got a little bit too ahead of herself and has pushed it wide. That's a golden opportunity with 4 minutes to go. Oh, great run.
Flynn found her compadre finally. Someone else up, ready to attack, convert the opportunity. It goes begging.
Oh, that's going to be really frustrating. You don't get opportunities like that very often, and when you do, you just have to take advantage of them, especially in tight games like this.
Smartly, Paskov plays for the free to buy UWA some time. Desperation from Harriet Collins, the goal scorer, just buys Vic Park that time just to reset behind the ball. Now we have an in-ball chance, flicked off the top of everyone's stick. Traps awkward off the foot. Needed to be better. That had to be keeper's ball.
No one else around.
So you can hear Logan Powell explaining the decision.
Sorry.
Emma Reid not happy with the decision, but Tim, what did you think?
Look, to penalty corner from my vantage point, boys. There was no one around her in the circle. The ball wasn't in any danger, and it just planted straight on her foot.
Thanks, Tim. That's the vision we had up here. Very tough ball to trap, coming out of the lights potentially as well, but rain falling. But just have to make those. So it's going to be Ramshaw on top of the circle for UWA.
Skipper Foster lines up, missed trap. Foster has a crack at it, too high.
Too high. That's another chance for UWA. As the ball comes out, the choice to slap the ball at the net, which constitutes the same. It needs the same outcome as a hit, and that one just too high.
3 minutes to go. Good intercept. The pass is there. Just bobbles along. Not an easy one to trap out there for Lucy Hills. Ball goes down sideline, and Mihailo just flicks that one away.
Very similar to the men's game. Vic Park are going to look to want to slow the ball down, get the ball to the corner, not turn it over like they've done here. It's going to make it hard for them. UWA are going to be pushing really hard to get forward. They have to keep pressing as well as they have been pressing Vic Park.
The danger is getting your eyes trapped forward like that. When there's nothing presenting, you still got 2.5 minutes left. Just switch back across. The hole in the free player will open up as soon as you like. Reid with an important flick forward, just wants territory and smartly kept in the field of play.
It's a good touch by Blight. I don't think she meant it, but it meant that it kept the ball in and it made the UWA player have to make a trap. I think that was Bates there. As they go to the side towards the corner, but Mistrap from Blight, sorry. Hitting her body.
2 minutes to go here. Vic Park up by 1. UWA with everything in front of them.
I wonder if it's crossing Simon Tiberius's mind to take his goalkeeper off, play with the extra field player.
It's tricky where you are on the ladder, sitting so high up in third at the moment. It's a position you don't want to lose with goal difference and everything in mind.
That's a great chase by O'Sullivan. She wins the free hit. Really good chase. Nelson not happy with that, but it looked like she got the ball and knocked it onto Nelson's foot.
Would have broke hearts, the green card there.
Oh, yeah, not happy with it. Going to look to just hold the ball here, Vic Park. No rush for them. They're winning the game.
Down below you can see Phil Holbert almost on the field dragging his players into position here, boys. He really wants to make sure they're set up for the counter-attack.
Which is going to come their way right now. Clever stick from behind. Just buys them a couple seconds off the clock. 1 minute 4 remaining here at Perth Hockey Stadium on a Friday night. This is Premier League hockey in WA.
Probably not the ball they wanted to give.
Got to get over to the far side of the field again. They got an obsession with this supporter side. Need to use the grass hill. This time Flynn can beat anyone one-on-one. That's why they're favouring it. Flynn, a big chance to do it all of herself this time. Great tackle underneath, though.
Wonderful tackle. If you're going to take on Rachel Frusher, you've got to go around her. Fantastic tackler. As Fenwick, that's a great receive. She's going to get away into space here. It's a 2-on-2 with her and Kayla O'Sullivan. She looks to find O'Sullivan, but just turns it over.
Oh, and this needs to stay inboard. Well trapped out wide. Chance still for Heron just to pass it in. They need to stay available and open.
There's
this
10
needs
seconds.
to be trapped. Coming down to the wire here, and that should do it for Vic Park. They're just got to hold on to the ball and run it back. Frusher knows what's in front of her, but only wants to play what's behind her, and the final siren sounds. Victoria Park go up here in 2 games to 0 over UWA. This game, 2 points to 1.
Fantastic game of hockey and a really, really gutsy win by Victoria Park. They were fighting against it mostly for the second half and had limited opportunities, but it's one piece of brilliant skill in the forward circle by Harriet Collins. Great receive and pushing it into the far corner that gets her team over the line tonight.
It's just on another day for UWA at the moment. They had the chances, the opportunity, as we spoke about. Flynn playing spectacularly. The whole back unit were happy to get involved, happy to actually get this team into the position they need to be, but they're just lacking that extra component up front, aren't they?
Yeah, look, I think the Vic Park team defended really, really well tonight. They scrambled and just got sticks in the way and made tackles when they needed to. Yes, they gave away a few penalty corners, and UWA wouldn't be happy with their outcome from penalty corners. I think it was 1 from 5 or 6, I think. But that just closes the gap now for Vic Park to UWA, and they have a game in hand.
Just wait for Tim Gear's sideline to get into position with his interview. He's almost ready and set now.
Yeah, guys, thanks for that. I'm here with Victoria Park captain Rachel Frusher. Rach, tough conditions tonight and a tough affair against UWA, but you've managed to climb over the line 2-1. Give us your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough game. They're a really great competitor, really good pressing, but I think that we played well as a team and really fought for the end there and eventually got the goal.
And what were your thoughts when Nasa Flynn had a full head of steam running at you with about 30 seconds left on the clock, one-on-one?
Gosh, she's fast, but I saw it stay in this contest and yeah, we got numbers back, so it was great.
And how does that set you up heading into finals?
I think it puts us in a good position. We've got a couple of catch-up games to come, but it really puts us in a great position to play finals this year.
Guys, Rachel Frusher and Vic Park very happy with their victory. The double tonight, Vic Park in the men's and the women's. We'll head back upstairs to you and we'll go and get dry.
Thank you very much, Tim Gears. A spectacular job by you down on the sideline tonight. And Jason, that's a wrap for us up here as well.
Yeah, brilliant night of hockey. 2 wins for Vic Park over UWA, but 2 really, really great games.
So that's a wrap for us here. Jason Gabriel, Nick Neary up top, and Tim Gears down on the sideline. Vic Park go up 2-0 over UWA here. Hope you had a fantastic time. I know we did. Get home safe, and we'll see you next time.